jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
What's good, everyone? Salute to all that's in the building. You know what it is. WCS back with another one, a late night. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it got to be that way. But regardless, it's happening. So I want to give the room time to fill up to about 50 million. You know what I'm saying? Once I get 50 million in a live chat, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I want to wait till that shit populate to 50 mil. Then we're going to kick it off. But in the meanwhile, you see what the title is, you know, the one and only Marvelous Jarvis, sparring partner of Errol Spence Jr. Yes, the unified welterweight champion Errol Spence Jr. out of DeSoto, Texas. His sparring partner. We want to get into that a little bit, but he's making a press tour right now, and he's everywhere. You know what I'm saying to myself? I'm like, the mouthpiece of Errol Spence Jr. is his sparring partner right now. And they supposed to touch gloves in April. I understand that. I'm just curious who I can get in contact with who basically suggested that he make a video and everybody latch on to it. See, I'm not up here, somewhat scrutinizing the situation. I'm just saying that boxing, it should have a lot more topics of discussion, a lot more variety out here than, man, we just latching on to sparring partners. Wow, that's just amazing. Like, this is the most popular sparring partner I've seen come out in a long while. There's nothing against him, but I always just look at the sport of boxing and saying to myself, of everything else can be going on with an annual sport, there's a sparring partner that's going around on the press tour for Errol Spence Jr. Of course, it had to be in there that Errol Spence somewhat, landed a big shot and he had to step out. But let me go through. Let me go to the box rec. Like, look at the box rec of sparring partners. They all different. Not every sparring partner has one of these, what you call a luxurious careers or anything like that. Something that they have prestige. Else they wouldn't be sparring partners. But this guy's 6-1. 6-0-1. All right, let me correct that. 6-0-1. He had 4 fights in Mexico and 3 fights in the U.S. His last opponent, 4-10-1, Alberto Pacheco Rodriguez. He won a unanimous decision of a 4-round fight. So, of course, he has a total of 7 fights, and he has 5 knockouts to his boxing ledger. He's pretty much, making a press tour right now. I watched him on The Boxing Voice and a couple other shows. And I'm saying to myself, like, I don't know what his tour is going to gain with Errol Spence. I understand that, like, if you ask a lot of people before time, like before he popped the video out, it wasn't, you can't find hardly any lives on here on YouTube with Marvelous Jarvis. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know the dude existed as Errol Spence sparring partner. I don't know if he's a new one. I really didn't dig deep. You know what I'm saying? I just used my hands for this. I really didn't take out any shovels and nothing like that, and really start just slagging home, breaking up the foundation. All I'm saying, and this is not going to be a long live, all I'm saying is, why now all of a sudden that, people should be dreaming when they go to sleep tonight that Errol Spence did something to a spar partner, or his spar partner is on a press tour speaking about Errol Spence sparring. Of course, you're going to say all the things that support the fighter that you're on here to represent. It's just amazing how many, channels are willing to listen to a guy who's a sparring partner. Not just any sparring partner. He's a sparring partner for Errol Spence, who has a fight coming up. Now, I'm not sure what his purpose is to be the voice out here for Errol Spence to tell us what we already get. We already get the verbal spaghetti all the time. We already get the dangling carrots when it comes to boxing. Is he supposed to prove to us that the eye is okay? Is he supposed to? Does he want us to compare what he's displaying or what he's describing in his sparring session with Errol Spence to the potential opponents that's going to step in there with Errol? You know what I'm saying? Because none of the opponents that he's stepping in there with are sparring partners. And then, when you have sparring partners, depending on where they at right now in their life, they're going to give you, certain information that you choose to want to hear or not. Like, if you still with the team, of course it's going to be all gravy. That's just going to be hot, dripping off the edge. And he's going to goddamn sauce up the sparring session just the way you want it. It's going to be piping hot, steam, everything. He's hitting hard. You know what I'm saying? He's popping right now. His punches are popping right now. The eye is okay. So I'm thinking to myself, I say, hey, I shouldn't get all hyped up about this. I'm just up here doing a late night live because, him going around on the press tour, I don't think it's going to do anything for Yordenis Ugas or Terrence Crawford, to be honest. Like, if they choose to let him back in there and, the eye, is healthy enough for him to step in the ring, then cool. We just want to see a good performance. I still have doubt that Errol Spence will make it, to this fight with Yordenis Ugas. I myself don't think the eye is 100% just yet. The sparring partner doesn't change that. Marvelous Jarvis coming on here don't change that at all. Real talk, he doesn't change that. A sparring partner is going to say what a sparring partner is supposed to say, and that is, keep it all nice and wholesome for the team. This is a code. If there's any type of code out here on boxing, this one of them. You really don't have sparring partners coming out here. Like, you've heard of other boxers sparring one another, and they talk their shit and they tell the story half-ass. They don't really want to put too much, but ultimately it's supposed to be a level of respect. But for a sparring partner to come out here, just goes to show you like how many people have interviewed the guy. Just goes to show you that this was something that was predetermined, in my opinion. Like, no one really zooms in and pay attention to a 6-0-1 fighter that's a sparring partner who really haven't got his career on track yet. And he just went the distance over in Mexico against a 4-10 fighter. Now, I'm not downplaying that he can scrap. I'm not downplaying that at all. I'm just saying right now, from what we're looking at with Errol Spence being injured, you know what I'm saying? Errol Spence being injured. And we're waiting, to see if his eye holds up during this entire fight camp. But to look on YouTube, it just reminds me of, it's like a city of desperation. Like, They steadily searching for content, at the bottom of the pond. You know what I'm saying? Um, so many boxing matches goes on each year, but right now it's like they willing to get anything and everything. What can we get? What can we get that's popping? The popular fighter in Errol Spence and a sparring partner. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. You might say, "Damn, he don't seem too enthusiastic about this." I'm not. It's purposely done. Like I don't get it. I don't get the gist of all of it. I don't get the gist of this. I don't get the gist of the why. You know what I'm saying? I don't get the gist of the what. I don't get the gist of what results are you looking for. Having a sparring partner come around and tell us what happened in sparring. We don't believe it. And then what are we supposed to say? You're not. You're a sparring partner, so of course he's supposed to beat you up. You're supposed to be the General Bob. You're supposed to take the punishment. You're supposed to be that guy. Nothing more. You know what I'm saying? Nothing more. When you in there with Errol Spence, you're supposed to be that guy. That second tier fighter that's in there to give work and to be a second person in the ring. That's all you're supposed to do, big homie. That's it, bro. I'm just trying to figure out and just do a little research as to why the press tour, like it's February. This shit is gonna die down in the next 3 hours. It's good and everything, but I just don't believe people who in the camp, especially Errol Spence camp, that they have a close, they have a lock and key on what's to be said and what can be said and what can't be said. So, of course, sitting down before the press tour started, the orders was handed over on certain highlights you're supposed to talk about. So he went out here and did just that. He's talking about the highlights. Of course, he has to make us no. You can't include me in that because I don't see it as that. But make some people believe that Errol Spence hit him so hard he had to get out the ring or whatever the case may be. So hey, what you expecting to happen? You're a sparring partner. He's supposed to get in. He's supposed to get off on you. He's supposed to get in, get off. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to light your ass up. That's what you're there for. You're the sparring partner. And you also a southpaw. Mark Nash on deck. I see. So I just don't gather, really what was the purpose of anyone outside of two people interviewing Jarvis Shepherd. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, what does this have to do with boxing per se? It doesn't bring him any closer to stepping in the ring with your Dinas Ugas. It definitely don't bring him any closer to stepping in with Terrence Crawford. But I'm just looking at the whole situation as what? I'm looking at it like, hey, it's serving no purpose for my ears. I don't think anybody really. Well, I have seen some people. I was pretty, like sitting over there on, just looking at the people, make their comments, and they get really hyped up because Errol Spencer's not giving his fans anything. You know what I'm saying, to talk about. He has a fight coming up, but Errol Spencer's not sitting up here giving his fans anything to be jolly about. So since Errol is deep in the training camp and everything, can't make an IG video and say hello to his fans, they got to send a sparring partner out here, to say, hey, he's looking good. He's looking solid. His punches are there. He has the pop on him. He even hit me this hard. Of course, that's boxing talk, dog. I'm just asking the fight fans, don't get too hyped up over this. You know what I'm saying? Don't get too hyped up over the whole situation. It's just marvelous Jarvis, man. He has 56K followers on IG. Cool. He actually has more. This is gonna be crazy to you. He actually has more followers than Blu-ray. You know what I'm saying? They do. They basically execute two different, situations when it comes to Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? Two different training regimes when it comes. One is a sparring partner, and one is a strength and conditioning. Blu-ray has like 8,000 followers on IG, and Marvelous Jarvis, aka Jarvis Shepherd, he has 56K. I don't see too many pictures on there with him and Errol Spence. So once again, I say this to say that I really don't know what the press tour is about. I mean, I guess it's just something to do, really. Because when I see stuff like that, I always say, like, hey, I mean, YouTube needs something to do, man. And sometimes downtime be killing in between fights, finding something to talk about that the fans want to be interested in and getting views. People need something to talk about. So let's just talk about Errol Spence's sparring partner. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how does he know? How does he know Errol's hitting harder? Why would this be all of a sudden a factor that Errol's hitting any harder than he's been hitting? I'm just saying, what does it do? If he goes in there and goes to decision, right? What does it do? What are we saying again? Seriously, what is it saying? Like, is he hitting hard to a guy like Marvelous? Is he hitting hard, or is he stopping sparring partners, or is he just hurting this one dude? Because if you beat on the teddy bear long enough, it's gonna then open up and the cushion gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? The filling, the filler is gonna come out. You hit it, you keep on hitting it over and over again, the guts are gonna start to come out the teddy bear. I mean, we know that from life. It was saying that Errol Spencer's if he was saying that he was kicking Spence ass, nobody will ever hire him again. That's possible. That's possible. Spence fans are making the strength and conditioning coach and sparring partner celebrities. I've never seen this before. Yeah, man. Shout out to Destiny Black, who said that Errol Spence is the most popular dude on planet Earth. It comes down to at least he has one of them in the camp. But this, in my opinion, the way I look at it, it does nothing for Errol Spence in general. The fact that he has a sparring partner out here doing a press tour is just unbelievable. Because really, people usually don't eat or have an interest in sparring partners of a fighter, because their entire scope of what they're supposed to do is pretty much, they're there to be hit, they're there to hold down a position and nothing more. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to show out on Errol Spence. He's not going to turn up on Errol Spence. He's not there to do that. He's there to move around. He's there to put in work. Now, if he's saying, Errol Spence hit him hard and he's hitting hard, is he in condition? Is a sparring partner in condition? You know what I'm saying? Is he sore from previous sparring sessions? I don't know, man. Like, I just haven't heard this name pop up of notoriety. I haven't seen any big time pictures. I haven't seen video. I just haven't seen enough of this guy to take him serious that he would go in there and give solid work to Errol Spence, being 6-0-1. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that the dude can't throw hands. I'm just saying, like, he's 6-0-1, 5 knockouts. What is he here for? Like, it's almost like YouTube been around, what the YouTube community, the boxing channels, whatever, been around for over 5 years minimal, right? So within that 5 years, we pretty much understand things that's important and unimportant to us, because we basically creating content to speak on certain things, right? But this right here is something that we just don't care to speak on, because it's very rare that sparring partners come out here and do press tours on a fighter, because really everything a fighter is going to say is going to be in a solid and in good light of the fighter that they're being paid from, that's paying them. You know what I'm saying? The fighter is paying them, so everything that comes out their mouth is going to be in the good graces of the fighter. That's just the way it is. You're going to speak highly of the fighter. Look, I'm not telling the dude to say anything else. I'm just like, why are people so hyped up and jumping up and down and running into the streets and shit barefooted? You know what I'm saying? Why they running out into the street barefooted on the gravel road? Trying to make this more intense than it is. No, get off the gravel road, take your ass back in the house, and just take a deep breath and say he's a sparring partner. He's just talking about just trying to build up Errol Spence and put his name out here in the media. It worked. It worked. So, you know what I'm saying? By noon tomorrow, this will all went away. I don't want people to get all hyped up. By noon tomorrow, this will all have went away. You know what I'm saying? Leonard Thomas said he just saying Errol is hitting harder than before, and the sharpened sparring partner is allowed to say that. I did not say what he wasn't allowed or what he to say. We really talking about adults being allowed to say something? I'm not really talking about what he allowed to say. I'm just giving you an understanding that it's what I care to hear and not to hear. That's all. I don't see the purpose in him telling us how Errol Spence is. He's a sparring partner, dog. So therefore, how would you gauge how hard he's hitting? What condition is a sparring partner in? First of all, I have the right to ask the question. What condition is a sparring partner? What is his condition? Because if he's deconditioned, then the punches are going to hurt a lot more than you get somebody in there that's in shape. That's all I'm saying. I'm just building a process of resolution to try to figure this all out. I'm just, when YouTube can't surprise me anymore, it does. You know what I'm saying? For content. From fighters, we go out and seek interviews and stuff all the time. I get it. But now we at a point in 2022, we have a sparring partner that's going around telling people what Errol Spence is doing. He's hitting harder and all this. Like, we supposed to believe it. You're in the camp. I wouldn't expect him to say Errol Spence was doing bad or good. Like, if he was to say he was doing bad, people's like, well, what's your motive? Why would you say that? He has a fight coming up. Then you say something good, and then you're gonna get people, that's really second guessing what they're hearing and saying, what? Why is this dude doing a press tour? Why is a sparring partner out here doing a press tour on the unified welterweight world champion who has a fight coming up against Udenis Ugas? I don't see Udenis Ugas sparring partners out here trying to big him up, stepping in there with a fight with Errol Spence. So why is Spence sparring partner out here making rounds? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It just seems like it's desperation when it comes to boxing, like anything and everything for the AT&T. That's all. Let's see, get him out of here. I won't plan on staying on here that long, but I'll drop the link just for you, Thomas. I'll drop the link just for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not planning on staying on here too long. And look, make it productive for the fans. I don't know if you in Team Spence over there in Texas, because a lot of people, some of us, I wouldn't say a lot, but some of the cats over there in Texas, they've been getting sensitive lately. You know what I'm saying? They've been coming in here whining and crying, and I just don't know why. It's tissue all up in the grocery stores and shit. I just don't know why sparring partners over here doing a press tour. It's just not something that's piquing my interest, though. You know what I'm saying? What's up, big dog?
What's up, man? What are you doing? How you doing?
I'm cool, man. Where you from, bro?
I'm from California. You?
I'm down here in GA, bro.
Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, for sure. Georgia, okay, that's interesting. You from Atlanta?
Yeah, I'm from the A.
Oh, okay, for sure, man. I'm from Southern Cali. Uh, and man, thank you for letting me on your show.
It's cool, man. I mean, I was trying to see if you was a troll or not, because I have those.
Oh
But hey,
yeah.
hey, talk your shit, man. So I'm thinking from gathering what you put in the chat that
Mm.
what's your take on the sparring partner making a press tour?
It's just that. It's just a tape. I don't take anything from it or not from it. It just simply to make content. Do I think he's lying? I don't think so. I mean, why would he be lying? Come out and lying about it? That doesn't make any sense.
I
You know,
never
come.
say he was lying.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not saying you said that, but did you say that? You said that if it's true, if it's true this, if it's true that, if it's true this, if it's true that, well, what does that even mean?
Yeah,
I
if
mean,
it's true, like, look, what are the listeners and everybody else is gonna consider it to be? Truth, right? Because he's working with the team right now.
yeah,
He's basically sparring and he's putting in rounds and this, that, and the other. So it's pretty much what he's supposed to do. And I'm looking at it like I don't want to hear from a sparring partner coming out here talking to the audience on what he's supposed to tell us. He's supposed to tell us everything is good in Errol Spence. I just don't, it's just not something that I'm believing wholeheartedly. I think it's a little bit of exaggeration in there. I just think it's to put Errol Spence's name out here in the talking points in
may,
the conversations on YouTube. That's it.
well, maybe, but at the same time, I mean, I don't get why unprompted this guy has no motive to tell a lie or to tell the truth. He's just going out and stating what he's feeling. So I don't get how what he could be saying is what is he saying that's not the truth to you or exaggerated.
I never said what he was saying wasn't the truth. You keep on making it like I said he wasn't telling the truth or anything. I said I don't believe it. I
Uh,
don't believe that he's being absolutely genuine about it because he's on the team and that's what he's supposed to say.
So what if he's not being genuine? What could he be not genuine about?
About coming in here talking about his punching, he's punching harder. He looks sharp. I mean, how long has the guy been with Errol Spence? This
The guy's
training
been
camp.
again, just going off of his word, he's been with Errol Spence for years. He said he grew up with Errol Spence, so he's been with him for quite a while.
Exactly. So you seem like you've been in the sport of boxing, right? So I'm asking you, have you heard of this guy before? Have you seen him on a press tour before? Why
No, I've
now?
never seen him on a press tour. I'm not
That's
hearing
all
it.
I'm saying, bro.
No, but you're saying that he's some stuff is being, that's not genuine. So I'm just trying to figure out what is he saying that's not genuine to you.
Because I haven't heard. You just proved my point. He's been with him for a long period of time, but all of a sudden he's on a press tour for this Yadinas Ugas fight. Which, if he's been with him that length of time, why haven't we heard from this guy before? Why haven't he spoke to the media before? And now that he is talking to the media, why all of a sudden, you're speaking about how Spence is, his punching power and everything else. I mean, look, I'm not calling the dude a liar. I'm saying for myself, I'm speaking strictly for me. That's what I think. I think it's a little bit of exaggeration on
Yeah, but what I'm
anything
saying,
outside of a normal sparring match. I just think it's a normal sparring, normal sparring.
okay, so that's what I'm trying to get. Because it's like you're beating around the bush. I'm just trying to get to the nitty gritty here. I'm just trying to figure out if to you, in your opinion, if he's not being genuine, what could he not be genuine about? Is anything in specific that he said that, oh, I don't believe he's hitting harder, I don't believe he's sharper? What in particular is he saying to you
Why we
that's
need to
not
know if he's
genuine?
sharp or not? Why do we need
Huh?
to know if he's hit? Has
So you,
he hitting? Wasn't he hitting hard before?
I don't think he was hitting as
When did
hard
he
because
not hit hard, bro?
yeah, he wasn't hit as hard before because he said about a month or two ago he wasn't hitting as hard. He's saying, but right now, currently, within the last week or two, he's been hitting harder. I don't see what's the problem with that.
Oh, that's what you don't see. I don't see an issue with it either. But I'm just saying, like, when it comes down to his last fight, right?
Hmm.
He came off a win, correct? So he'll coming off a win, then he had an eye injury and everything else. So for a person to come in here and say he's hitting harder or he's hitting hard, when was he not hitting hard?
I think he's saying his words was he's hitting harder, but I don't think
I think
and I
it's
think there's a
exaggeration.
reason for that. I think one of the main reasons
What's
for that is
what's the reason? I'm curious.
because
What's the reason?
because and as is evidence for this. Earl Spencer's strength and conditioning coach, he has not been doing strength with a professional strength and conditioning coach for this last few couple of fights. Recently, he added back a strength and conditioning coach, not Blu-ray, but another company, I guess, Fight to Be Fit. If you look check out their videos, I just think that's probably one of the main attributes, not attribute, but attributors to that. And now, since he's had this new professional weight training guy teach, getting his strength up, that's part of the reason why he's probably hitting harder.
So is it strength and conditioning or strength and power coach?
Strength and
Because
conditioning
boxers
coach.
just don't get power like that, dog.
Strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah, so he gonna be in better shape. Cool, you know what I'm saying. But does that improve power
Yes,
from a
to
fighter
to
like
to
Errol
to to,
Spence?
to an extent, yes. It will what it would do was make sure that you're in shape, so your punches would be the same amount of strength, well, to the best of its ability when you hit from round 1 to round 12. That's what it's so supposed to elongate basically your stamina, so you hit just as hard, and it does give you an extra little pop, but not by much. Power is not really something that's either you have it or you don't. Now you can do certain things to get the full power, the full effectiveness out of your punch, but yeah. So does it help to a small extent? It does give you a little extra pop, and it also helps with your stamina. So your punch will be the same amount of power from round 1 to round 12.
I don't believe that at all, bro. I'm gonna be honest
Okay.
with you. You know why I don't believe it? Because
Okay.
I look at a lot of videos around here too. So Blu-ray had a video up not too long ago that he said Spence wasn't even in training camp like that hard yet. You know what I'm saying? So for you to go around here and you to speak on him having pop, I would like to ask you, how long has his strength and conditioning team been training him, or is he in training camp? How many weeks has he been training? And if it's like less than 3 weeks, how can a fighter be conditioned like that already
Mhm.
in the first part of February to the point where his punches are now having that much more pop on it? They need to spread that around boxing.
Okay. So to answer your question, he has been doing his strength and conditioning now, from what I believe, for about a month and a half, a month now. So he has been doing it for a semi decent amount of time. And this news just recently came out that he's been hitting harder, and
Where you
he
get that
stopped he
info
stopped
from?
using he stopped using a strength and conditioning coach back in 2019 for the Carlos, no, excuse me, 2017 for the Carlos Ocampo fight, and that was his last. I don't think he even used it for that fight. Somewhere around there, he stopped using it. So it's been multiple fights now where he's
Talking
not.
about Blu-ray?
Yeah, he stopped using Blu-ray around then. And now all of a sudden, you think it's a coincidence that now somebody who's coming out of his camp is saying, "Oh, he's hitting harder." No, it's because of that strength and conditioning. That's part. All these fighters have strength and conditioning coaches. Believe it, even Manny Pacquiao has a strength and conditioning coach. Terrence Crawford has one. Sean Porter has one. To compete at this high level, having a strength and conditioning coach is a very good thing to have. It doesn't teach boxing skills, no. It doesn't teach you how to be a better fighter, no. But it does have its benefits. Skills do pay the bills, but having a strength and conditioning coach only adds to your training camp. And that's why these top level champions in the sport have a strength and conditioning coach. Caleb Plant and all these other guys have a strength and conditioning coach.
I mean, how do you have any attachment to the Errol Spence camp? How do you just speaking on general information like I am, right?
Just I don't have any attachment. All I'm doing is doing my research for
No, I'm
myself
just
and
saying your research is from the same resources from me, right? From the outside in, right?
the outs correct the outside in, but also from
Okay, from the
here,
outside in.
but
Look,
also
so
from people
what you
from this
telling me is
camp.
the
Go
same
ahead.
information I'm gathering. It's no different, bro. It has
So you
no other
so
value than what I'm giving you right
okay,
now in this live.
so yeah, but you don't know certain things, and I don't know certain things that you may know, right? By doing your
And
own
I never said
research.
I did. I'm giving you my opinion on what
Okay,
I don't think is true.
okay, that's fair. But all I'm telling you, bro, is, for example, if you research something and I research something, we may not be researching the same thing. Does that mean it's not true? No, we just don't know it yet. You know what I'm saying? We can do our own research. I've done mine. I'm sure you've done yours. I'm not discrediting what you're saying.
No, we talking
All I'm
about Errol
saying,
Spence inside the camp. You can't do research on that, bro.
yes, you can if you hear the trainers and people inside his camp saying something.
What? What? Oh, you talking
For
about sparring
example,
partner again?
Blu-ray. For example, if you just again just do your own research, look at certain videos, look at
Yeah.
certain comments.
You talking about the
They
sparring partner again, right?
sparring,
Marvelous
the sparring,
Jarvis.
the sparring partner as well as Blu-ray himself coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, he stopped working with me, so and so. All you got to do is just piece these stuff together.
But
Oh, okay,
Blu-ray
this is
is not a component of this conversation. Blu-ray is not even been recalled to work with Spence. So he's a non-topic right now. I'm not saying he's a
I'm just
non-entity.
I
In
was just
respect to
using
Blu-ray, he's not in the count right now. So
no.
what we're talking about is in the camp for this fight right here with Ugas Ugas. Who have you spoken to in the camp? Nobody. So you just like
I'm
me from the
saying
outside in.
I'm saying what I'm saying. I just the reason why I brought up Blu-ray is just giving you an example of somebody who was in his camp giving a statement. That's what I'm trying to say. He was just an example. But if you want to get back on having this particular camp, all I'm going to say to you is this: I don't get why he or somebody would come out here and lie like this. You know what I'm saying? If the man is saying he's hitting
Bro, I
harder,
never
then
said he was lying though. I said
well,
I
excuse me.
don't
Let me
believe him.
okay. Let me correct what I said. I don't know why you would not believe him. And if a man is coming out here and saying a man in his camp is coming out here and saying he's hitting harder than you hit a
Because
couple of month or
he's a
two ago,
sparring partner. That's why.
is there like a particular reason that he's done
He's a
that he's
sparring
shown his
partner, bro. Don't sit up here and act like you're elevating the status of a sparring partner, especially at this juncture when Errol Spence is heading into a big fight with Dennis Ugas. Man, come on, man. He's a 6-0-1 sparring partner, man.
but I
You
don't
say
I
he
mean
been with
what
him for several years. Why he ain't building his career?
why he doesn't he said he wanted to be a coach.
Oh, he want to be a coach now.
Did
Okay,
you hear that or you haven't heard about
okay.
that?
I heard several things, but him being a coach ain't my priority in the conversation. It's just what he been saying about Spence popping hard and everything. I have to see it play out when he fight Dennis Ugas. I just
True.
don't trust it like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe
And
it.
I'm saying it's fair to believe that. All I'm just saying is just I don't see why the man would be why you would believe that he's not telling the truth on that. I mean what's the I mean it's like me coming out and saying something that's random. If I'm not prompted to say something and I'm just saying something out of randomly, do I not get the benefit of the doubt unless it's something outrageous? If I said I have $1 billion, okay, you may not believe that. But if I told you that I went down to McDonald's last week, would you not believe me because of that? I mean, what? I mean, you not give a human being the benefit of the doubt.
Let's stay on topic. We ain't talking about Mickey D's. We
It's
talking
an
about
example, bro. You can't take
inside
an
the ring.
example.
We ain't talking about Mickey D's. We talking about inside the ring. We ain't talking about a
What?
combat sport vice a goddamn fast food restaurant. We ain't talking about that, bro.
It's an example. You don't know
I'm
how an
talking about his
example works.
sparring partner. Huh?
You don't know how an example works.
No, I don't. I mean, I haven't been living that long. 50 plus years. I ain't been living that long. I never heard of example, but for this particular conversation, I just feel that the sparring partner is gonna have their bias, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have his bias, and it's just like getting on. You know how you see the YouTube channels speaking on different topics. A lot of these channels like some controversial shit, so they're not gonna stay all the way in line with the topic. They're gonna have some controversy in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like he's gonna give you what you want. He's gonna say that Errol Spence is popping. His punches are harder. But you're from the outside looking in, just like me. You don't have any type of testament from the camp.
Yes, I
You
do.
don't have none of that.
Yes, I do.
You don't
If
have
the
Jack.
yes, I do.
No, you
If the
don't.
man if the man in his
Don't
camp
start
is
lying.
saying,
Don't
huh?
start lying. You didn't say that earlier.
No,
Don't
no, no.
start
I'm not
lying, dog.
lying. I'm not lying. But I think that we're using two different reasonings here.
You speak to
What I'm
Derrick
saying,
James.
if the man from his camp is saying that, hey, he's hitting harder, that is somebody out of his own mouth saying it. So what are you talking
So
about when you say you don't have somebody inside his camp? The
the
man
same
inside his
thing like
camp just said
everything
it.
else. Like humans lie. You know what I'm saying? Humans lie too, right?
Okay.
I'm not saying the man lied. I'm just saying. I just think him being for a sparring partner with Errol Spence. I just myself. I don't just believe that what he's saying all of a sudden with the strength and all that, and just being with the strength conditioning for a month, like you put a month. He's all of a sudden his punches are much more harder, crisper. Power don't come like that. It doesn't. It doesn't
So
come that way, bro. If you're on the
I
elite level, you're on the elite level. You have your power.
I agree with you for the most part. I agree with you. I'm just all I'm saying is it's it baffles me. Well, it's like what it's to me is almost like what this sparring partner is coming out and saying, like, you just don't want it to be true. You just don't want it to be true that Earl Spence could be hitting harder. That's what it's kind of coming off. Now, if that's what
I
you,
don't. I don't. What? I have what now?
what it seems like is like you almost like you don't want it to be true. Is that true? You don't want it to be true. You reject the fact that Earl Spence could possibly be hitting harder. Is that true?
Like once again, I haven't been living that long, just over 50 plus years, and I did pretty good with voicing my own opinion on stuff. And you asking a leading question with an insinuation, and that's not what's going on here. I'm just
I'm
saying
asking
I
you a
don't believe
question.
the guy because he's a sparring partner. He's working for the team. I don't believe sparring partners that come out here on the eve of a fight and start talking about, oh, so and so's punching harder. What kind of condition is a sparring partner in? Do you know that? Have you heard anything? Or you just look at him sitting down behind the camera and talking? What
I
kind of
do not
condition
know the
he's in?
condition of the sparring partner, but can I ask you a
Hey,
question?
hey, man, that's
Can I
all
ask
I'm
you?
talking about.
So
Thomas.
can I ask you a question now? Since you asked me a question.
As long as it's not a leading question, as if
Okay, my
you're
question
trying
is
to
my question.
basically,
Okay,
you're trying to
my
say,
question
hey,
is this.
well,
Can I ask you?
if you don't know this, if you don't know that,
No, I'm asking you a question now. If you would if you
okay, go
please,
ahead,
if
bro.
you would allow me to ask the question,
Go ahead,
I'm
man.
asking you: is there a particular reason? Again, not assuming anything, but could there possibly be a reason why you don't want Earl Spence Jr. to hit harder? Could there be a possible reason for that?
What's your occupation? I just want to know. What's your occupation?
I work in the hotel industry.
Okay.
So you gonna answer my question?
I was just trying to process your question because you keep on trying to insert thought processes into how I
It's a
think as a
you
grown
beat
man.
you beat
You're
brother
trying to
man. Just listen.
insert thought processes in your question, which you're not asking the question.
Yeah, I asked you a
You're
direct
basically
question.
you're basically insinuating a statement to me, and you want me to basically caveat off what you just asked me. And you're trying to say what I don't want. That's not my feeling. I never said I don't want anything.
What? Listen, brother. Just listen, because you
No,
beating
hold up.
around. You using a
Hold
lot
up.
of.
I didn't say I don't want anything from Errol Spence. Why would I say I don't want him to punch harder? I say I don't believe his sparring partner that he's at that point right now. I don't believe his sparring partner. I never said I don't want Errol to punch harder. How do I know how hard he punch anyway? That's petty. That doesn't even make any sense at all, bro. You're
So
making you making very minimal points, but you're making it seem like you bringing on a new damn topic of discussion. Like I never said that about Errol Spence. I never said I didn't want him to
I mean,
hit any
just
harder.
man, keep it real, man. Just keep that same energy. You ain't gotta lie about it. If you don't want the brother to
What
hit
same
harder, you don't
energy?
want him to hit
It's
harder.
late at night. I have the same energy that I did when I got on the live. I'm a little bit low key than I'm usually am. You know what I'm saying? But I see you got the energy to ask questions,
Yeah,
and I put you in the same position as a sparring partner. You know what I'm saying? I
I.
don't believe either one of you.
Cool. I mean, that's cool. I mean, you. I mean, we don't have any facts. We don't have any
And
concrete
neither
facts
do
to
you.
back it
Me
up.
and you on the outside looking in, big dog. I told you that.
No,
What
you're
what
not on the
what the
outside
part
looking
you
in
don't
because we're not.
understand?
I'm not on the outside looking in. If the
Yeah, you
sparring
are.
partner
Oh
himself
yeah,
said
you
it.
are.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not.
you are. You're on the
No, I'm
outside
not.
looking in.
Did the sparring partner say it? Yes or no?
Do you know him
Did
before
he?
he
Yes
stepped
or
on
no?
the
It's a question
screen?
for you. It's a direct
Yeah, the
question. Yes or
sparring
no?
partner.
Did
Yeah,
the
the
sparring
sparring
partner
partner
say
said
it?
it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, then. So then it's not
Outside
the
looking
outside
in.
looking in no more. We know that to be fact. That's all
Oh
we have
hell
to go
no,
by.
hell no.
That's all we have to go by
Did you see Errol Spence in one interview? Did you see Errol Spence?
in the interview.
Yeah. Did you see Errol Spence anywhere in one of his interviews?
Yes,
What did you see him on the picture?
I seen him on the video.
No. Did you see Errol Spence next to his sparring partner in
Oh,
any
you
of the
talking
interviews?
about in general? You talking about, no, I did not.
Like I say, we're in the same boat with this information, bro. You just
No,
you're
we're
just an
not
Errol
because
Spence
there
fan,
is
and
somebody
you're out
who's
here late at
in his
night
camp.
advocating for Errol Spence, dog. That's all you're doing. I
What are
respect
you
that.
doing? All you doing is hating on him. So what are you
Well,
doing?
look. If you want to
Because keep it
start talking
real,
about I'm
brother.
hating, hey, check this
Yes,
out, Thomas. I'm on my platform chilling. How you gonna tell me where I'm at?
It's
How you gonna
obvious.
tell me where I'm at? I shot you the link. How you gonna
I
tell me
appreciate,
where I'm
hey,
at? I know where I'm at.
I appreciate it. But just because the pressure right now is too much, don't get offended by it. I
Bro,
appreciate it.
take that YouTube pressure stuff. And look, next you're gonna be talking about you cooking somebody. And the next you're gonna talk about you want to debate. And the next, man, I've been here, done that with this YouTube shit, dog. I just invited you on to see if you had anything different to say than what I was mentioning about his sparring partner. I don't
Yeah, and
care to
I
hear
have
from
plenty,
the
and I
guy.
have plenty of it. Just because I disagree with you doesn't mean
You
that.
don't. You just like me. You're on the outside looking in. You don't know anybody in the camp.
Marvelous Jarvis said it himself, somebody inside the camp. So I don't know why you'd be lying
What's your
about it.
position? What's your position with Team Spence? Zero. They're not paying you a penny.
And what's
You
your
just
point?
like me.
And what's your
You just
point?
like me, bro.
And what's your point?
Your point is you're trying to
No,
act
your
like you're
point,
more
not
than
mine.
what
Your
you
point.
are.
Your point.
You're not more than what you are.
I'm somebody who got evidence from somebody who's sparring him.
No, you
As
don't.
simple as
You
that.
got the same amount of audio that I did. We
No, see,
seen this
that's
guy
your.
do press tours on YouTube, and you have the same information I have.
So
Period.
what videos have you watched of him going to this press tour?
It's no need. The same videos on YouTube. You think I'm giving off channel names at this point? You do your homework. That's
I've already
information
watched.
you
No,
should
I
have.
don't need to do my homework. I've already
You
watched
need
the
to do your
videos.
homework, bro. Don't
See,
ask
it's
me to
called.
do homework for you.
I don't need you to do homework for me. I got it for myself. All I'm saying to you is this: I
What
watched
block you on
multiple
right
videos.
now? What block you on? WCS, dog. You on my block, bro.
What
You
is that
keep
supposed to
acting like
mean?
I came up to your channel and asked you for a link.
I didn't. All I asked you was, did you watch multiple videos? Yes or no? Or what videos have you watched?
I watched all the videos that's out there with him, his sparring partner being out there.
Okay, so how am I asking you to do homework?
This is the
Exactly.
whole point.
Exactly, man.
Me and you have no connection or communication with anybody in Errol Spence's dang fan. Just like Bud Crawford. I don't have any contact with anybody in Bud Crawford. It's fight camp. You and I are the same. We're fans to a point, but what I'm getting from you is
Mhm.
you're trying to pretend like you're more than a fan.
I'm not trying to pretend
You don't
nothing,
know
and that
anybody in
all
the
I'm trying
camp,
to
bro.
say is I'm a guy who does his research. That's all I'm saying. And the
Your
guy out of
research
his
is
camp.
I'm trying to tell you, bro, your research is the same as mine off YouTube.
No, I'm trying to tell you this. It goes outside of this situation. It goes in other situations as well. You have
Negative,
somebody inside of his
negative,
camp saying these
negative,
things.
dog. That's what we're talking about. That's the initial conversation, bro. This is going nowhere. We're talking about the same sparring partner, there, Thomas. The same sparring partner. It's
And what
going
did he say
nowhere.
out of his mouth?
Once again, you want me to do
Okay,
homework for
exactly.
you.
You keep glossing over it because you know I'm right. What did he say out of his mouth?
Right about what?
While I'm saying to you is this: just listen. I say it for the 10,000th time. You have a position where you're stating that you do not believe what the sparring partner is saying. And all I'm saying is I don't understand why you would not believe it. You have a source outside of his camp telling you these things. So why could you not believe it and give the brother the benefit of the doubt? That's what I'm simply saying.
Because I don't believe it. I don't believe at this point in time, at this moment, with a fight on the eve of a fight, I don't believe a sparring partner is coming in here bigging up Errol Spence for having all this pop just because of him being in some type of training camp and all this other shit. I don't believe any of that, man. I don't have to go through the process of saying what I have a right to believe. I'm just saying, as a fight fan, me and you in the same boat. We're on the outside. We heard the guy speak on the channels. And I don't believe this Errol Spence is doing anything more special than he's done any other time. He's just getting prepared to fight Yadina Sugas. That's it.
Do you like Earl Spence? Yes or no?
It doesn't have anything to do with like, bro.
I'm just asking you a question. Do you like him?
I support Terrence Bud Crawford in the welterweight division. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you support him more than you support Earl Spence, correct?
Best welterweight in boxing.
Okay, so it's starting to make sense now.
Yeah,
It's starting to make a lot of sense. So this is where you're coming from.
The change jar starting to jingle a little bit, right?
Yeah, this I
The
see.
thoughts coming to you, huh?
I try to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Now you got it. Now you
That
got
you on the
it.
Terrence Bud Crawford,
Now you got
fan
it.
channel. I
You
try to give you the
who it
benefit of the doubt.
is. You know Bud gonna spank that ass.
He's not gonna spank
It's starting
nothing.
to jingle now, huh?
He's not
That little
spanking
pennies in
nothing.
the jar
He got.
starting to jingle, ain't
Tell
it?
me this. He was going life and death with Gamboa, man, much smaller than him. That never happened to Earl Spence.
Man, if you gonna come
So
on
what
this
is he gonna
channel
spank? What is he
and
gonna
talk
spank?
about old stuff, man, you wasting your time. What's
What
going
is he
on,
gonna
Mark?
spank?
What's going on, Mark? How you
He
feeling,
doesn't
bro?
have better fundamentals than him. He's not
What
bigger.
up? What up?
He's maybe a little
He's all
faster.
around better boxer than Errol Spence, man.
He does not
He's
have
more
better boxing
disciplined. He's more
fundamentals than Earl
disciplined,
Spence.
first of all, outside the ring. Let's get that straight. He has more professional experience than Errol Spence. Let's get that straight.
All
You know what I'm
that,
saying?
he still
Errol
doesn't
Spence
have
is a
better
one-dimensional
fundamentals.
fighter. He's a one-dimensional fighter.
And what he does is very
You know
well.
what I'm saying?
Correct his fundamentals. See,
And
what
you
does
know why he's not above Terrence Crawford on the pound for pound list. He's not better than Terrence Crawford. He hasn't done more than Terrence Crawford in his professional career. And you
Preach.
have to sit there and soak in that. Soak in it. When you
soaking
get off
what?
this live at
Listen,
11:30
hey,
tonight,
I
soak in
accept it.
that shit,
I
dog.
accept it. Terrence Bud Crawford's more accomplished than Earl Spence, but that does not mean he's going to win the fight against him.
Dude,
So what is
soak
that
in it,
supposed to
bro.
mean?
Nothing you're gonna be able to tell me is gonna sway me left or right because I already know what I know
Listen.
about it.
I understand that you're on his payroll. I understand you love Bud Crawford, so nothing I want to
No,
do to
no,
sway
not
you.
at all.
But are you
I
on his
understand you
payroll?
on my block though.
What is that?
But
On the block? We're on YouTube, brother. What do you mean? What do you
You're
mean
on my
on the
block
block?
right now. You click the link. You're on my block right now.
What is
So
that supposed to mean?
just when I've allowed you to say certain things instead of just putting you back in the live chat, but it's no Bud Crawford, dude. I'm over 50 years old. It ain't no Bud Crawford on the payroll and all this other stuff. It's
can I
just a
ask a
fan
question?
base. Listen, this is just a fan base, and it's just creative content and having a dialogue. That's it. All this fangirl and all this Bud Crawford team stuff, payroll, none of that is relevant to me, bro.
So
Caller.
I,
Hey,
would- I, would-
Scotty,
I
let me ask
respect.
you,
Hold on,
Scotty.
hold on. Let me just respond to
I
this.
just
I'll
got here.
let
Go
you
ahead.
say something. Listen, I've respected
You
you on
gonna
your
let me say
platform.
something? I ain't know
I
this was your
respected you
block.
on your platform, and hold on. I'm gonna give you a chance to speak to other callers.
No,
Let me
hold
say
up,
this
hold up.
last thing, and I'd like to
That's
get
my
on you.
guess, bro. Hey, hold up, Thomas. That's my guess, man. So what you were saying, Mark?
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, I thought this was Thomas Combat Sports at first. I was like, damn, I didn't know he was gonna allow me to speak. Hey, look, man, let me ask the caller something because this is something that I think I had to beam in on this because I'm dying laughing in the chat. Bro,
Mhm.
first and foremost, Scott, thanks for the opportunity to allow me to be on, bro. And thanks for the plug with the Williams family as well. Let me say something, man. I hate when people say automatically you're on the payroll because you disagree with him. Is he on are you on Spence payroll?
So I'm gonna respond to what I was gonna respond originally to. Then
Don't
I'll
beat
get to
around
your
the bush
question.
there, Thomas. Answer the
No.
question,
I'm
bro.
gonna answer
Thomas,
it,
you've
but
been
just let
telling
me. But
people, hold on, Thomas, you've been
Yeah,
no,
he
Thomas,
been telling me
Hold,
not to beat
he was
are you
around the
like
gonna let me
bush,
yes or
right?
no.
respond? Are you gonna let me respond? Okay.
No,
So
no,
like I
no,
said,
yes or no,
You
like
don't
I
you
need
was
asked
no
Scotty.
addressing. I
You
lecture.
was
asked
To the
Scotty yes
addressing.
or
point.
no. I'm asking you yes or no.
Okay. I'm gonna first get to that guy, then I'll get to you.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
thank you for letting me on your platform, like I said. But I've respected you on your platform. All I've said was you being on his payroll. Like you've said things that I've ignored, but I haven't said anything. You said stuff like I'm on your block and yada yada yada. You said that you're
Yeah,
50 years
mine.
old.
But you
You
saying
said
I'm
you're
on Bud
you're over 50
payroll,
years
dog.
old. Hey, listen, I respect that you're over 50 years old, but just because you're 50 years old doesn't mean you're gonna be right about everything. Let's get that out the way first
Never
off.
said that. I was just
But
trying to
no,
help you
but that's
understand
you're using ageism. You said
where my
I'm 50 years
competence
old. What is
is
that
at
supposed to
in
mean?
boxing. Where my
What is that supposed to
competence
mean
is
that you're
at
over
in
50 years
boxing.
old?
I was trying to explain that to you, just like you being a little brother, like a little step brother. You know what I'm
That
saying? I
means
was
he
just trying
got
to
world
explain that to you.
experience, bro. That means he's been around. He's seen things, bro. And
So
when you
and
and
I
that age,
respect
you
that,
brought
but
that up
just
in
because
context.
you can claim to be over 50, but there's 50-year-old fools. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
You
Old
see what
fools
I'm
was one
saying?
junk food.
There's
But
Yeah,
old
you're
fools
right.
like
You're
there's young
exactly right.
ones.
They're 50-year-old fools can't. And what's next, please? What's next?
And
What you
so
was
to
about to
answer
say?
the other guy's question, no, I am not on Earl Spence's payroll.
so why would you automatically just put that body on this guy and just automatically assume, well, not even assume, you actually just put a label out there and say he's getting paid. That's slander. That's libel, sir.
So can I respond to that? So my response to that is before I hopped on this thing, he said, and again, I guess you're ignoring this, or maybe you weren't here. He was saying alleging and making it seem like I was a Earl Spence fanboy. He said because as soon as I hopped on the phone, he
That's a
was like,
lie. That's a
"Oh,
lie.
wait."
That's a
So
lie. I never
as
use
soon as I hopped
fanboy.
on the phone, did you not
I
say
never lose fanboy. I never use
yes?
fanboy.
Yeah. So
You
what
have
did you
a you
say?
look.
What did you say as soon as I hopped on the phone, sir?
Look, I'll
What's up?
tell you
What's
what you do. You have a chronic debilitation in certain words and people narratives. You need to get
up?
that checked out real quick, dog.
Okay, so
You
you
need
see
to
what I'm
take
saying?
some
So you
time
want to
off
get
YouTube.
disrespectful,
Look, you need to
or you
take
want to
some
keep it
time off
respectful? Which
YouTube
one do you want to
because
do?
I'm just on cruise control right now, bro. I'm just chilling because it's late. But I'm just saying, you've been inserting narratives, switching them around, and just rephrasing them, and you can't do that to somebody who listen, man. I'm listening to what you're saying.
So you want to keep it respectful, sir? Or what are we going to do here? You're talking about having a
He
chronic
didn't disrespect
disability
me,
and all
bro.
these
He said,
typical things.
How
What
did
do,
I
what do you
just
want
be
to do?
disrespectful? I didn't use any cuss words in that. Man, you being petty now. You wasting my time, bro.
yeah, man.
You
Who's
wasting my
wasting your
time,
time?
bro.
All I'm doing is defending myself. Just because I'm saying
Why are
stuff
you
that you
raising your
don't like,
voice, man?
sir.
Why are you raising your voice, man?
So just because I'm saying stuff you don't like, sir,
How old are you, bro? How old are you?
what
You
I'm saying
above
is
20?
wrong. I'm very upfront. I'm very honest. I'm gonna be
How old are
honest with
you,
what I'm
bro?
saying. That's all I'm saying.
How old
That's
are
all
you,
I'm
man?
doing.
Opinionated isn't the same thing as being honest, bro. You're very opinionated.
I'm honest. I tend to be factual. Again, I don't know who you
Are you?
are.
Hey,
Oh, my name is Mark Nash, my brother. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mark Nash. My name is Leonard Thomas.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Thomas.
Thank you. Nice to meet you as
Mr.
well.
Thomas, let me ask you this though, Mr.
Go
Thomas.
ahead.
He said he kept saying you got the same information as I do. Then you kept saying no, but then it keeps coming back. All the same information you got is the sparring partner. You're not in the camp, you right?
So you're gonna ignore everything else I was talking about. What did I preface my statement and be specific in saying? I was saying we have two different definitions. All he was using saying that that we have the same information and that it's not basically a credible because it's a sparring partner. I'm arguing the fact that it is a credible source because why would he be lying using common sense? Are you going to ignore
Regardless, sir.
that complete? Hold on.
No,
Are
no,
you
no,
going
no,
to
no. I
ignore that
didn't
complete
ignore it, sir.
argument? Or
No,
what are
sir,
you doing
sir.
here?
I didn't ignore that. But I did
Okay
highlight
then.
the part, sir. I did highlight the part where you said yes, I do. Like you have different information.
yeah, exactly.
You don't
I,
have any new
when I
information.
say
You have the
yes,
same
I do.
information.
Yes, I
Let me
do.
finish,
But
sir.
did
The
you
only
not hear
thing
what I
is,
said? I'm saying
sir, you
yes, I do when it comes to out of this topic on other things doing my research. That is what I was
okay,
referring to, not in this particular situation.
okay.
And I
But in
did
this
state that.
situation, we all have secondhand information. We can agree to that, right?
It depends. When you
Okay,
get
Man,
okay.
secondhand information, like for
Blu-ray
example, a
was
second half,
secondhand information. Blu-ray, you watching Blu-ray.
it's going to
Blu-ray
depend
is not in the
what
count.
it depends what you consider secondhand information. If you
Secondhand
if
Man,
information, it's only one definition for it, sir.
So
did
what
you
is
hear from
secondhand
Errol
information?
Spence?
So
Sir,
Did you
let me
hear
sir,
give
from
you
if
an
Errol
you
example.
Spence?
wasn't
Let me give
God
you an
saying,
damn.
example. So if
hold
somebody
on, well, I'm about to
and it's
smoke 'em. This is crazy right here. What do
okay.
you mean if it depends on what I believe secondhand information? What is firsthand information, sir, and what is second? It's only one
So
definition. Either you
okay.
are a part of it or a witness to it. That's firsthand. If you're getting it
Okay
from
then.
somebody
That's
on
what I'm
YouTube,
talking about. Is being in his camp, is that not firsthand information?
so sir, so it goes
Oh
back
no
to
no
the
no no
same
no no.
question.
Answer that question. Answer that question for me. And I answer
I'm
for
gonna
your
do
question.
like you did. I'll
Yes,
answer
yes,
it in
no.
the order I
Oh, so
want
now
to,
you don't want
just
to
like
answer
you
the
did.
question.
That's
You
what you
just said
did,
it your own
sir.
self.
No,
So
no, no.
being in the
I'm gonna
camp,
play the
being in the
same
camp,
game.
being a witness, is
No,
that not
let's be
secondhand
respectful. Let's be
information?
respectful, sir, because we can sing together. We can't talk together. You
Okay, but
chose
can
to
you
answer
answer
the
my
question,
question
sir,
first? I
sir,
answered your
sir,
question. Hold
sir.
on. No, no,
You
no, no,
chose,
no, no. Before we go
And let
anywhere
him
else, you
talk,
answered that
Thomas.
particular
Let him
question.
Thomas.
talk, man. I
Thomas, you
look,
chose to answer the question in the order of operation you chose. I'm gonna go back
Okay,
to the
so you
same
don't want to
statement.
answer the question. I
Thomas,
got
you
you.
ain't even gonna let me
Let
talk.
him
Just keep
speak,
on
man.
going. I
Thomas
got
trying
you.
to
Go ahead.
filibuster. Thomas, you're trying to do a filibuster.
Okay,
You
you
chose the
answer the
order.
question.
Thomas, I can't even talk because you're
Yes
not
or
hearing the
no?
answer. I don't even remember your question because you keep cutting me off so much and not
Okay.
letting me speak.
Sure. Go ahead.
Being in the camp is firsthand situation information.
Okay.
Yes. If you were not in the camp for this right here, Mr. Thomas, how would you have firsthand information? Because we're talking about this situation, and you keep saying, well, and I was like, can we agree that on this situation, all we have is secondhand information? You said that depends on what you consider secondhand information. Correct? We still on the same page, right?
So hold on, but I'm not going to answer your question if you don't answer mine first because I've answered your
What is the
question first. You see what I'm
no
so
saying?
so
I'm not
we
your
about to
we
go,
question?
we
huh?
we in grade
Sir,
school again. Come on, Thomas.
we already established what first hand information is for me. You're the only one that has a
Okay, so
different.
if somebody out
You're
of
the
his camp
only
is
one.
giving you that
You're the
information, what
only.
does that mean?
That's secondhand
Is it credible?
information.
No, is it credible? Is it not? Is it credible or not?
That's secondhand
So
information
is
to
it
you. If
credible or
you
You
if
not?
you
wanted
Yes
to
or
be
view
no?
credible because it's from Errol
Oh no,
Spence,
I'm
one of your
asking. No,
favorite fighters.
I'm asking a
no
question
sir.
that I
It
Taekwon,
read.
comes with a bias. It comes
So
with a bias.
is it credible? Yes or no? Which sparring partner
It
is
has
going?
a
Yes or
bias.
no?
I just
He has
answered,
a
sir. It
bias
has a
because
bias.
he's in the camp.
So is
It
it
has a
yes?
bias to it, bro. That's not
It
hard to
has a
understand.
bias.
Thomas.
That doesn't. So is it credible or not?
Man,
Yes
his
Thomas, if
or
sparring
no?
you
It's
partner
not
is
about being
secondhand
biased. Is
information
it
there,
credible or
Thomas. You
not?
didn't hear from Errol Spence, did you?
he's
You didn't
trying to
hear
answer
any
a yes
type
or
of
no question
PSA
to
from
something
Errol
that
Spence,
isn't a
did you?
yes or no question.
It is a yes or no question to you. I'm asking you, is it
I
credible
just
or
answered
not?
it,
What are you
sir. You don't
saying?
like that. Sir, I answered you 3 times.
You're
If you're
saying
not hearing
it's
me
a
or you don't
yes
like the
or no.
answer.
It's not about being biased. It's about
Oh, it
nothing.
is
That's a
an
yes,
answer,
simple
sir.
yes or no.
Sir, you don't like the answer? You can't
No,
answer
you're
for
not
me now. You
because
can
you're
ask your
dodging
own
around the bush
question.
like the host is doing. You're doing the same thing he's doing.
No, no,
It's
no.
a
I'm being
yes or
open
no.
and
Yes, you
direct, sir. And
are.
you're
What?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
When you
hey,
answer,
let's
when you
let's
you're being
listen, when you
let's
ask
not
dodged
me the
right
start
here.
finger
question,
pointing there, Thomas. You're being a
so
little
when
But
childish now,
Thomas,
man. We having a
but Thomas,
so when
I
dialogue
you
here.
can't
answer,
work at your restaurant, Thomas. I can't work at your restaurant and tell people you got bad chicken.
so
You
it's
think
a
I'm gonna
yes or
still
no
have a job
question.
there? Thomas, you think I'm gonna still
When
have
you
a job
ask me
there?
the when you ask me the question, am I on Earl Spence's payroll? I said yes or I said no. I said no to you. It was a yes or no question.
So
I
why
didn't
would you
go around and
suggest
say,
I am then,
oh
Thomas? Why would
I
you
might be,
suggest
I
I
might
am?
That's
not
why I
be.
got back. That was
It
the
was a yes or no question. So I'm asking you the same thing. Is
ask
what
me
the
again.
sparring partner is saying credible? Since what by
No,
your definition,
no. How
yes
about
or
that?
no?
No, no. Are you happy? No.
Okay, so then
It comes with a bite.
you're being a
I'll
hypocrite then.
second that. It comes with a bias. I'll second that.
Okay, so
Yes.
you're being a
Two,
I'm
two,
hypocrite
two
then.
to zero
Understood.
there.
You're being a
2-0
hypocrite then.
there,
Understood.
Thomas.
and Thomas. Now let's go back to my question
I
since
hope
I
you
answered
sleep
Okay.
yours.
well tonight.
Let's play the
You're
game. Let's play the
being a
I
hypocrite.
answered
Okay,
your
go ahead.
question game.
Go ahead. Go
Let's
ahead.
play the game. Why did you say he's on the payroll?
Because before I even said that, he said, I believe Terrence Bud Crawford is the best welterweight. He is my favorite welterweight. So then I just said, hey, you're on the payroll. I did say that, yes.
Okay. So just because he supports the guy, he got to get paid by him.
Hey, I'm just doing it to talk shit. Do I
Okay.
believe that
There,
he's actually on
there
the
Oh,
we
payroll?
go.
now
No.
Check
you
in.
that's the best thing you said all night because you've been doing that since you got on here.
No,
That's the truth.
what have I said
That's the
about you,
truth right
sir?
here. You've been talking shit since you got on the
What have I
panel,
said
dog.
about you, sir?
I'm talking about you've been talking shit in general. You know, you trying to
What have I
insert words in somebody's
Oh
narrative.
my
We're
goodness.
adults on here, Thomas. We don't need you to insert anything. We don't need your chalkboards, where
No,
you
you're
damn
saying
putting
I'm
words
inserting
and trying
something
to
because
teach us
all I'm
something.
doing is
You ain't teaching
exposing you.
nobody nothing over here, dog. You're just showing us that you impatient and you extremely biased Errol Spence fan. That's all. Like
What
most
have I
of them.
said about Earl Spence that makes me
Like a
biased?
lot of Errol Spence fans. Y'all,
What
y'all
have I said
short
about Earl
patience.
Spence that makes
Look,
me
y'all
biased?
short temper. Y'all don't have any patience when it comes to,
Oh my god.
debating. You don't have any patience, dog.
Caller, can I ask you a question? Caller?
Oh, my name Mark Nash. What up?
Sorry, Mark, I'm sorry. So are you
Go
gonna
ahead,
ask
Thomas.
the host the same question or are you gonna ask him about
I'm
the
the host,
assumption he made
Thomas.
about me
I'm the
now?
host.
Talking saying I'm
You
an
ain't
Earl
directing traffic over
fanboy, I'm
here. I'm the
impatient, I'm
host.
this, I'm that. Are you gonna
I'm the
why
host.
he
You
asked
are
that?
impatient. You can direct me.
No, I'm asking him because he asked me. I'm gonna see if we keep
I'm
the same
telling you,
energy.
I'm the host.
So you're saying that your callers can't have a respectful dialogue here? Is that what you're saying on your show?
Is that what you said, or that's what you
I'm asking you a
insinuate
question.
once again?
I'm
Man, I
asking you a
know you don't
question.
have no good conversations when you at the desk at the hotel, huh? They
No,
be
I
just
don't
putting
have
you on
any good
timeout.
conversation with when people accuse you
I
of
can't
certain
do this
things.
with you, bro. You
You're
like
saying
young enough
things
to
like
be my
I'm
son. I can't
making
do this with you, bro.
insinuations.
Look, Silent King in the chat said, he said up there and said that you're not honest, man. You're known to be a liar. That's what Silence King said in the chat, man.
And what does that? Does he even know who I am? What does that have to be?
I
What does that have to
mean,
do with anything?
I'm just
You
saying that's what he
what's
put in the
no what
chat,
it is,
man.
and if I can just say
You
make
know
a
what I'm
comment
saying?
to that
There's
caller,
some people that
not the
know you
caller,
on
but
here,
the
there,
comment.
Thomas.
So this guy, because I come onto a lot of Terrence Bud Crawford fanboys channels, and I shit on their party and I shit on their parade with facts and all that, and that's what it is. Simple as that. And so
Oh,
they get
so
upset
so
with that.
so so you said Terrence Crawford fan what again?
Fanboy channels.
So I cannot just be a content creator. This is the first time you're on the channel like
Mm-hmm.
this. Now I'm a fanboy. Now you sitting up here, showing your age or showing your lack of experience in being a content
He
creator
just
yourself, right?
admitted
So
Terrence was
hold
more
on.
accomplished.
Did I
You
say
just
that
hold
you
on.
were
No,
no,
let me say
wait. Did I say
something.
that you were a fanboy Terrence Crawford fanboy
No, you
shit channel,
didn't.
or
You
did I
didn't
say
say
other
he was.
channels?
But
Did
you're
I say
not
that
you're
you
not on
were?
a fanboy channel.
But
You're not
bro,
on a fanboy
Do
but you
I?
just
channel though.
said Terrence was more accomplished than Spence. That's
I
your
what
word.
does that have to? Yes, he
Okay,
is, but
so
doesn't
how
mean
am
he's
I
gonna
a
win the
fanboy?
fight.
Hold up. You didn't even let me finish.
Go ahead.
You don't even know what I was about to say.
Go ahead.
Yeah, how is somebody a fan, or is this just you talking shit? Because you did just say you kind of just be talking shit sometimes. So how is he how is anybody a fanboy for this guy over the other when, by your own words, he's more accomplished? The guy got more knockouts than Spence got fights. He's won more titles, more divisions. The only thing you can say, well, he struggled with Gamboa. Well, they both weighed the same thing. It ain't like he was a 147 guy fighting a guy at 130. No, they both was weighing 130,
Okay.
135. You get what I'm saying? Like, what do
So
we?
just because
How is he more?
go
How are
ahead.
you a fanboy for somebody who's more accomplished? Like you just said, he's more
So just
accomplished.
so
You a
just
fan
be
too, right?
just because I said that Terrence Bud Crawford is more accomplished, that does not mean that he's going to win the fight against Earl Spence. All I'm saying is I'm giving credit where credit is due. He is more accomplished. I still think he loses to Earl Spence though. So what are you really saying
What do
then?
you see? What do you see in Errol Spence that makes you think is going to win? Keep in mind, you ain't seen nothing in what 2 years. So what have you seen in 2 years with Errol Spence that makes you think he's so good? Other than him, respectfully getting his car flipped over 18 times, like Eddie Murphy in another 48 hours. Him almost losing his damn eye in sparring. Like, what have you seen? And seeing him drunk,
And
getting arrested.
don't get all
Okay.
emotional because of what
I'm
he
just
just
saying, he
mentioned.
ain't fought
That's all.
nobody, bro. He been
Oh,
on the
so
couch for 2 years.
and you see what I'm saying? And we're
That's a
not even
fact,
keeping
though. Did I
and
lie?
we're not. You see what I'm saying?
Look, if you, hey
We're
Thomas,
gonna go to things outside of this camp and throw these verbal volleys at them. If you want to do that, that's okay. You go ahead and do that. I don't
What I
care.
say? What I say?
We're gonna
What's the?
keep a
Hold on. You
box.
said verbal.
Are
Hold
we
on.
keeping a boxing?
Slow
Are we keeping a
down,
boxing
Thomas.
or
I
no?
didn't hear you. Thomas, slow down.
don't be all
You said
upset
verbal.
Are
in
we
your
gonna keep
Uh,
it
feelings, man.
boxing? Are we
no,
keeping a
what you say?
boxing or no?
Verbal what? You said verbal volleys.
Yes. Verbal
What's?
volleys.
Verbal volleys, when you serve, volleyball
Exactly.
players,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying, and
oh,
all
I don't
that.
watch volleyball. I ain't know that. I ain't.
No,
My bad.
it's just the same. But I just told you what it is. A verbal volley. It's a throwing an insult. You know what I'm
Sir,
saying?
sir,
Like you
no,
serving something.
sir. It's not an insult. This is a step. An insult would be saying, he's soft. He be kissing on yellow beezy. Yeah, that's kind of insulting, but it's
So
also
did you
another
not just
fact.
say he flipped his car over like Eddie Murphy in 48 hours? What does that
That's
mean?
a fact.
What does that mean? Well,
It
why does it
happened
take 48? Why does
because
it take an Eddie Murphy in 48 hours? What is that supposed to mean?
it's a reference. It's an example. That's what you was doing
Okay,
earlier,
so
right?
then
Then
you're
you give
throwing
an
a
example.
verbal
Hold
volley.
up. Then you
Okay, so
then
then
no
you're
no no.
throwing a
You gave
verbal
him
volley. So
so
you're
so
throwing
when
a
you was
verbal
giving hold up. So
volley.
when you was giving World Combat Sports
Go ahead, bro.
examples earlier, that
Go
was
ahead.
okay. I'm giving you an example now, and it's a verbal
Yeah,
folly.
as an example on a verbal volley, correct.
Sir, this is YouTube. We got to be entertainment too. Now,
We
people
can be
watching in the chat,
entertained. Hey,
and
all I'm saying,
everybody know what happened with
hey,
Eddie
brother,
Murphy, and you
if
know
you
what
want to,
happened, my brother.
okay,
I'm
so
just
if you want
asking
to
you
talk
straight up
shit,
and
we can
down.
talk shit.
What have
It's
you
simple as that. If
seen?
you want to talk
Man,
shit,
I
if
wish
you
he'd
want to
come
keep
on
it
my
logical,
show.
we can keep it
Oh
logical. If
my
you want to
God, this
talk
would
shit,
be
we can
Hey,
talk
fun.
hey,
shit. It doesn't
Thomas,
matter.
Thomas, why don't you do this?
So
Mark
what?
has panels. I don't usually have panels on my show like this, but go over to his panel, man, one time and enjoy his panel company
Fish
and
fry.
talk the
We do
same way
fish
you
fry
are
for your
now.
big
I'm
fish.
pretty sure you might want to. You don't need a jacket. It's gonna get warm in there real quick.
Hey, I'm ready for the fire, man. Whether it's against, I mean,
But
it's against
he hurt
you.
though, because
Whether it's
I'm a hurting his king, bro.
who's
What have
king?
you
Wait,
seen?
so is Terrence Bud
What?
Crawford not your king?
Hell no.
Yeah, he's your
It's
king.
just
GSP
we
He's your
just a
king.
fan of
He's
the
okay.
No, no,
fight.
no.
He's
Don't
Because
your
do
look,
all
king.
this king and
no.
fangirl stuff,
Because the
He's your
man.
difference
Let's
king,
between
chill
me
man.
and
out.
you is this the
See,
biggest difference between me and you. I'm
what's the
not gonna tell
difference?
you Terrence Crawford doing good when he's doing bad just to say I support him. You seem like you're gonna die on this cross right beside Errol Spence, no matter what he do.
Nah,
You
I'll
will
call
not admit
bullshit
he's
out when I
fucking
need to
up.
call it out. If it's bullshit, it's bullshit. So
All right, so
all
him
you're
getting that
saying
DUI car
You
flipping
haven't said
over,
anything bad about
that's
Errol
was that
Spence
bullshit.
bullshit or
yet.
was that good
Oh,
shit?
that was a stupid mistake.
Okay.
So am I not calling out for being bullshit? That was a stupid
There
mistake.
you go. There you go. Now,
Okay, then
so
I'll
since
call it
then,
out. I'll
since
call a
then,
spade a spade.
you saw him fight Danny Garcia, who barely threw any punches to the last 2 or 3 rounds. Um, who isn't a champion, who isn't a top welterweight. Why do you
Okay.
think he's gonna? He's not. He never took the
Okay.
strap off nobody.
Not anymore. But
He never
again,
was.
we're
He was
talking
never
about
a
a
top
man. We're
welterweight.
talking about a man who flipped his Ferrari going over 100 miles an hour, flipped his Ferrari, getting in there, and at that time, arguably a
Intoxicated.
top 5 welterweight. And yet, you're saying that he was a bum during that time,
I never
right?
used the word, sir, respectfully. I never used the word bum in no conversation. I never
Man,
used that word.
you have
I
a
just
So
said
you
he's
bad
not
said
a
habit
top
of
welterweight.
certain words, man.
do you think Danny Garcia is good, or is he at that time? Was he not at least a decent
He
opponent,
never
especially
defeated a
considering the
champion at
circumstances of
Sir,
welterweight,
what Earl
bro.
Spence was
sir,
going through?
He
Sir,
never
look what
defeated
you
a
just said.
champion at welterweight,
So
bro.
no, I'm asking you a question.
Oh, I'll
Was
answer your
Danny
question. You
Garcia
ready?
not a good? Was Danny Garcia not at least a decent opponent during that time,
There you
considering what
go.
Earl Spence
There
had
you
been
go.
through?
There you go, Thomas. I like it. You see how you move that goalpost? You went from
Nobody moved
top
that
five.
goal. No, because
Let me finish.
that is
You asked me a
that is
question.
a
I try to
Let him
answer,
finish,
typical that
sir,
Thomas.
is a
and
You
you cut
can't
me
typical
both
off
talk
thing
at the
that
within.
same
these
time.
Terrence
Sir,
Bud
sir.
Crawford fanboys
Hey, look,
they
my man
Thomas,
asked me a question,
Thomas,
Scott.
chill.
He didn't even give me 5 seconds. Soon as
Thomas,
the
let
first
the
thing I
man
said,
finish,
he
man.
cut me
Look,
right
I ain't
off.
trying to use my mute button, bro, but
He didn't give me
trying to
five
help me
seconds.
enact it. Let the
He
man
didn't like
finish
the
saying
fact.
he was saying, Thomas.
Yeah. He didn't like the fact. I heard his fee when I said go, move the goalpost, but that's what happened though.
no. I mean,
This
you
what
talking about? Listen,
mute
if
your
you're gonna
mic,
cut
mute
me
your
off, I'm
mic,
gonna cut you
mute
off.
your mic.
So what do you want to do?
Sir, you asked me a question. I'm trying to answer it. You asked me
You're
was
not
he
answering.
a top?
You're cutting me
You ain't
off,
letting me
sir.
talk.
You're
You
not
keep
answering. You're not letting
talking.
me
Mute
answer.
your
You're cutting
mic.
me off,
Mute your
man.
mic.
Hey,
That's what
hey,
you're
Sir,
hey,
you
doing. You're
asked
not
Thomas,
me a
letting me
let him
answer.
question.
You're
finish,
cutting me
bro.
off.
You asked
I'm
me a
not gonna ask
question.
you again, man. Let him finish,
Thomas,
Thomas.
you asked me a question. Does my answer got to be 3 seconds, 5 seconds? Do I get 15? Do I get 30? How does that work for you, Mr. Thomas? Because as soon as I said you moved the goalpost, you cut me right off. Let me finish speaking, sir. That's how the conversation goes. Now, you said he was a top welterweight. Then you said he was good. Then you went to decent. He's not a top welterweight. You're right. He's decent. He's good. But top welterweight, no. He never took the belt from nobody at welterweight. And that's a fact.
Okay, so in response, and I'm going to tell you this: if you cut me off, I'm going to cut you off. Host, if you got to kick me out because of it, I understand, but I'm not going to allow you to cut me off if you're not going to allow me to cut you off.
No lectures there,
I'm
Thomas.
just
No
telling you.
lectures.
I'm just telling you. I'm sorry.
You're not speaking to kids, bro.
I'm speaking to him.
Get to your point.
I again. If he
Hey,
cuts me off,
my
I'm going to
fingers
cut him
getting
off.
twitchy. I'm twitching. Come on, get to the point. You ain't
Okay,
lecturing
I'm
no
gonna
little
get to the
kids,
point, but if
bro.
he cuts me off, I'm gonna cut him off. Now, Danny
Yeah, get
Garcia.
to the point.
If Danny Garcia again at that time was arguably a top 5 welterweight, and what I said was Earl Spence coming off of the car wreck with his circumstances, is that not even a good win? Go ahead.
That fight, he did what he's supposed to do against Danny Garcia. Mediocre at 147. His best days was at 140, homie. He wasn't top five welterweight. No, he was not. I hate to hurt your feelings. He wasn't. He wasn't a top five. He never took the belt from nobody. Period. So you said he was top five. Then you say he was good. Then you said he's decent. And then we saying, isn't this just a good win for him based off what he went through? Nah, what he get credit where his credit is due, but what have you seen? Because we got here because you're saying Terrence Crawford, you see him losing, but you ain't seen him lose. He's stopping everybody. He getting there. Who was Errol Spence last knockout at 147? You get what I'm saying? So all of this, Danny, you want to give participation trophies based off the guy's self-inflicted wounds from him flipping the car over. That's self-inflicted. It wasn't like a drunk driver hit him and made him flip over. He's the drunk one. He's the one flipped over. And should thank God he didn't kill somebody else or himself in that accident, which was self-inflicted. Nah, he didn't get no credit for that.
Okay, so
Danny
again,
Garcia.
if you're saying Danny Garcia was not arguably a top 5 welterweight, well, let's go all the way back to that time. Who was in the division? Who was coming up? You had Earl Spence Jr. during that time, Sean Porter, Terrence Crawford, and you had up and comers like Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz, still up and coming. Is there any other top welterweights that you could name during that time? Oh, excuse me, and Manny Pacquiao was still around as well.
Keith Thurman
And
wasn't there.
Keith Thurman and Keith Thurman and keep being an active Keith Thurman. We put that in mind.
Yeah,
So
active
who?
Keith
So
Thurman. He was
Spence,
there.
okay. So let's. So
Hey,
let's,
hold on for a second,
okay.
Mark.
So
Yeah, okay, go ahead, Thomas.
Okay. So let's try to rank them and just see if I can make an argument here with Danny Garcia being top 5 during that time. So we have Earl Spence. Okay, no particular order here. We're just gonna name them off. Who I put in my top 5 and I can make an argument for. We have Earl Spence. We have Terrence Crawford. We have Manny Pacquiao. Okay, those 3 are givens because they're all champions. So you would have to give it to them. Okay, who I think was Earl. Yeah, Earl was unified during that time, and he was unified. So he had 2 of the belts. Manny Pacquiao had a WBA, and Terrence Crawford on the WBO. Okay, so now you have Keith Thurman in there, and again during this time, Keith Thurman again. Well, we all know Keith Thurman is known for having his long hiatuses, and Keith Thurman was inactive during this time. And then you have who else? You have Sean Porter and you have Donnie Garcia. So I would
Hold
put
up,
in that. Hold on,
hold up
if I can just
for a
finish,
second,
because
Thomas. Hold up for a second.
I can't
You
finish my
saying
points.
you get around to it? You okay? You
I
young? Your
can't. I
mind's
can't
still
finish it. You
look.
say,
Your
you see
mind's
how
strong,
unfair this is? You see
but
what I'm saying?
dude, I'm asking you something. Like,
All right, go ahead,
wasn't Keith
bro.
Thurman? Wasn't Keith Thurman fighting Danny Garcia for his title at one point in time?
Yes.
So he was active, right? All right, keep
No,
going.
he was not during that time. No.
I mean, he fought Danny Garcia for his title, right?
No. For 2019, we're talking about the time frame.
Oh, you're
2019.
talking about a strict time frame. Okay, go ahead.
That's what we're talking about.
All right, go
During
ahead,
that
bro.
time, did I not
I said,
say?
go
Did
ahead,
I
man.
not say
Time
during
frame.
that time, sir? Did I not say arguably during that time? That's what
Well,
I exactly said. Please
you don't
listen.
get you talking to
Please,
adults,
please,
man. I'm being real
please
patient for you
listen.
because
Please,
you know
just
what I'm
please.
saying.
It's. I mean,
I'm
all you
treating you
gotta do
like
is just listen to
a
what I'm
younger
saying. You know what I'm saying? Just
stepbrother.
please listen. You say you're
You know
over
what I'm
50
saying?
years
I'm
old.
treating you like a
If you're
younger
over 50,
stepbrother,
if you're over 50 years
but
old,
you
you
about
can
to get
listen,
put
right?
on timeout, dog.
You can listen.
Focus on getting your narrative out. Don't focus on me.
Okay, then if you don't like it, I'm just saying. But anyway, so then you
You
have
still
Keith
look, bro.
Thurman.
You look. It ain't gonna go down like that. So you pretty much, just like they said in the chat, bro. You don't know when to shut up. I'm patient, bro. I got kids your age. Go to somebody else's channel, big dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to keep on trying to talk to you
You
about
booted him?
simple stuff. Hell yeah, I booted him, man. Now, you know, man, you
Oh
ain't gonna keep
shit,
on lecturing me on my
bro.
my platform and
Uh,
shit, dog.
you better than me. I would have muted. Like, I would have muted him a long time ago and just let him know, like, hey, look, we can talk
Man, I
together,
was just
but we
trying to be patient for the conversation, man. This
can't
dude
say
started lecturing me and shit, man.
something.
Come on, stop, bro.
You're over 50 years old, sir. You're over 50 years old.
Everybody know Danny Garcia first fight was against Robert Ghost Guerrero for the vacant WBC title. After that, he didn't do shit. He lost to Sean Porter. He didn't beat Keith Thurman. Come on,
Right.
man.
Lost to
Come on
Danny.
now. He
Yeah,
didn't
I
beat
mean,
Keith
lost to,
Thurman to defend his belt. He defended his belt like once and then went in there Keith Thurman and lost it, I think. You know, so man, come on. Brandon Rios? Is
no, no, no,
Brandon Rios the
no, no,
guy?
no. No. When he fought Thurman, he didn't have no he when he fought Thurman, he didn't get when he hold up, when he fought Thurman, that wasn't for that, matter of fact,
He had the WBC belt, man.
yeah, he had the WBC, but
He
that
had the
was
WBC belt and Keith Thurman had the WBA.
oh yeah, because he fought Robert Guerrero, then he fought Sam Vargas,
Correct.
and then he fought Keith Thurman and got it taken.
Yeah,
And then
he took
he
his
fought
belt.
Brandon. And look, top welterweight fighting Brandon Rios.
Yeah, Brandon Rios. We all know he don't get touched a lot. He just sounds like he's got pugilistica.
So he said, yeah, bro, I knew he was off when he said Bruce Ennis was a top welterweight back then. No, he won't. I like Bruce Ennis. Interviewed his pops. He a cool dude. Interviewed him off camp. But Bruce Ennis was not a top welterweight back then.
He wasn't, man. Everybody know
He was
Boots
a
Ennis
top
just came into
welterweight
the
with the
spotlight.
guys with the titles. And Pacquiao
What?
was still up there. You guys, it was Spence, it was Crawford, it was Manny, Thurman, and Sean Porter. Those were the top five welterweight. How he got Sean? How he got him over a top welterweight over the two guys he beat? And he said, "Well, Thurman was inactive. He was still the champ. He was still inactive. He had the super champ."
Thurman had two of the super belts, and you know people have to look at what Danny Garcia wasn't able to do, especially heading into that fight with Sean Porter to attempt to pick up the WBC for a second time. He failed to do that. He fought a poor fight. He was waiting, trying to counter. Once he did counter, Sean Porter took that shit and kept it moving. So, man, I mean, what did Danny Garcia do at welterweight? You made a solid point. I mean, come on, man.
Right? Yeah. Jay hit it right in the head. He said, "This brother don't know the difference between first and second hand information." I was done. I was done. I, yeah, but
I was trying to be patient because I don't have panels like that, man. I was just trying to be patient with old boy. But you just start lecturing grown ass men about stuff, man. Nobody have time for that. I don't have time for it.
So yeah, man. I tell people though, man, but a lot of this comes too, man. A lot of these guys, I'm gonna be honest, man. This is my personal opinion. I ain't taking jabs at him direct or indirect. I'm just speaking in general. A lot of these guys on this YouTube thing lack self control and discipline, knowledge of self, patience, a sense of humor. Like it'll get
I
to the
told
point
him. I
where the
told him to
boxing
go over
guy,
to your spot. Don't. You don't need a jacket. Just go over there and come with that same energy.
yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna feed them to the sharks. Like all that big fish shit, man. That shit is for the hot grease, homie. That's a fish fry waiting to happen. Boy, they ain't nothing but some canola oil and yeah, little
Some old
Old
French
Bay,
fry grease
some
too. Some
lard.
old French fry grease.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna fry shrimp in that and everything. Use that same pot. I ain't switching. Yeah, man, that should be crazy to me, man. But I had to jump on when whole boy was like, he was trying to. He'll talk you in a circle. He'll spin you if you're not paying attention. He'll spin you and spin you and spin you. Then you're like, how are we here? You said bro. You said we both have secondhand information. He said no, I don't. But then if
He
you
don't.
listen to him
He
closely,
cannot.
the only
He's
information he got
incapable
is
of
the sparring
identifying
part.
what secondhand information is. He don't know.
So he think if he hear it from somebody, now he has firsthand information. No,
Correct.
you still have secondhand information. You wasn't there, sir.
You wasn't there. You didn't get it from Spence. You didn't get it from Terry James. You didn't see shit. You didn't have a visual or
That,
audio. So
right now,
you
the
had
sparring partner,
secondhand
right?
information.
Right now, the sparring partner is giving you his firsthand information, his firsthand
Correct.
experience that he's sparring, but he has a bias because he got a check.
He gets a check. And he know
He
that
got
check would
paid.
disappear once he got there and sit up here and talk silly. And he go
It's,
back over there and his shit be out on the damn front doorstep.
that's all I'm trying to say, bro. You can't beat the sparring. I was like, and I tried to give him a good example. He didn't like this. He wanted to give you examples all day. Somebody give him examples. He running out the room. All I'm saying is this: I can't work for your KFC and be up here telling people on YouTube doing on a tour, telling them, yeah, KFC chicken ain't shit. Chances are I'm already fired, or I just got fired, or I will be fired. But I
Mm-hmm.
can't keep working there and I'm publicly bashing the company. It just doesn't work that way. And he had like he's confused about the fact that the sparring partner would say good things about him.
For a person to know a complete stranger and advocate for him, that's my issue. You saying that the man in no way, shape, or form is lying. He's telling the absolute truth. That is not the case. You know what I'm saying? He keep asking me why I don't believe this and that. I say I don't believe. I don't believe. You keep asking me about him. You know, why do you think he's lying? I say I don't believe him. I don't believe him in a sense for based off what you just said and what I believe. It's a bias coming from the camp on the eve of a fight with Dennis Ugas to sell the fight. I don't believe he's telling the whole truth about his punches having all this pop. I just think he's the same fighter. He's getting better condition. The whole subject is his eye 100%. Who's talking about his punches all of a sudden? The last time he dipped out was because of his eye. His eye was an issue.
Right.
Now his sparring partner, Marvelous Jarvis, come up here speaking about his punching. What does his punching have to do with his eye injury? I want to hear him say, "Well, I punched him in the eye 10 times straight and he didn't blink." Tell me some shit like that.
And then I'm gonna be like, that's still gonna be funny to me. I'm like, damn, where the defense at? You got hit 6 times. Maybe he can't see you. Hey,
Yeah.
look, but look, but here's the thing. How often does Marvelous Jarvis spar? Did he spar with Spence before or something? Because he's saying his power is there. Maybe, like you said, the power was never a problem. The power was the eye. So the power compared to what? Who has he fought that he felt Spence type power before?
And
Or who else
and
has he
that's
worked with?
exactly what I try to ask him. I try to
Because I
ask
got
him
what
was
6 fights, right? It ain't like Spence is out there sparring with Sean Porter or Danny Garcia, another
yeah.
welterweight who's known for being a welterweight. Like I don't and having a lot of fights on his belt, former champions. Like this guy's not a former champion. I don't even know where
He's
he's
not a
ranked.
former champion, and his record is 6-0-1. So I'm saying, what type of condition are you in? Are you in extreme condition? Like, what type of condition are you in to basically gauge punching power from Errol Spence. And we all know sparring partners switch up. Like, how many rounds did you go with Spence until you start to feel that punching power? How many rounds were you in there? You know what I'm
What
saying?
was
Like,
Spence at? They might switch out like 3 or 4 times, doing 15, 12, 15, anywhere between 12
yeah,
and 15 rounds.
yeah.
They
Were you the
switch out
first
between.
sparring partner? Was he fresh?
Yeah. Mm.
You made good point. Like, was he fresh? Or like, was he the
Not
first
even
one?
that. Not even that. Did you get any shots off? Were you getting any work in? I don't care about how hard he hit you.
Yeah.
That's a punching bag. Like, how clean were your shots on him? Did you get anything off? But if you just out here doing a tour talking about how you got beat up, shame on you, sir.
That's my whole
Don't
point
be,
when,
don't
when
be
when I
no.
was trying to talk to this cat. I said he's just out here for a press tour. Why? Why should I believe anything he's talking about on the eve of a fight? Because he left the fight with Pacquiao because of eye injury. But he coming back talking about his punching power. His punching power was never the subject of discussion of concern. God damn it, we were talking about his eye.
Facts. I wish I had my setup hooked you up to the setup. I'll be over here hitting the bell. Correct answer. Ding. Yeah, because
You know
here's
what I'm
the
saying?
fucking
Like,
thing too.
damn.
And look, but here's the thing. I'm gonna give you a little resistance on what you said.
Yeah.
How about this? What's the date of the fight? Talking
In
about we on
April,
the
it's,
eve
it's
of it.
it's like April, right? April.
What's the date? Have they started selling tickets? Have they announced the pay-per-view? Have they did the press conference kickoff? I ain't seen none of that or heard
I
no
haven't
data.
seen nothing. I haven't
Yeah.
seen none of that. And I keep saying, people, and I know where you're going with it. Like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, he
we
might
haven't
not make
seen we haven't seen none of this shit yet. We haven't seen no, you go on Errol Spence record. I mean, it's box rec, and you go to the very last fight, and it's December 2020. Guess what? That is not a schedule. It's nothing scheduled. Nothing.
nothing.
It's,
Go to
it's
PPP
nothing
website.
scheduled, bro.
Nothing there. Showtime, nothing there. So we somebody said L Dub said April 16th, but
Yeah,
where
that's
you
what
get
they have on the news articles. April 16th. It's nothing
that's not
scheduled.
official. That is not official. Where's the location, L Dub? If you saying April, if you got the date, that means you got the location and the ticket price and the pay-per-view price as well. Where's that? What's all of that? We don't have it. Because when they announce the date, they announce all of that. It's going to be here. This is the price. The ticket's going to start from between this amount and between this amount. The pay-per-view is going to be on Fox pay-per-view, Showtime pay-per-view. The pay-per-view is going to cost this much. Blah, blah, blah. Am I tripping, Scott?
No, you lining them up, the bullet points. I mean, and that's what several other individuals said. Like, all that information is out there in the media already. You know what I'm saying? The fight is gonna be this in April. But guess what? There's nothing on BoxRec that's confirmed it. And then we, like you said before, we don't
It's
know the
not on
PPV
PPP
price.
website either. Not to cut you off.
Correct. You're right. We don't have the PPV price. We don't have the venue, even though I heard it's gonna be in Texas. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey,
Those are rumors.
yeah, those
Those are
rumors.
all rumors. Just like we thought we was getting hey, look, just like it was a rumor that y'all was going to do Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, and Wilder took step aside money. Remember that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Boxrec had put a date up. You know what? Within a week, it was down. Less than a
It was
week. Grand
it was
opening.
down because they know damn well he was in arbitration.
Yeah. They put it up. Grand opening, grand closing. You get what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's not on no. I'm on Premier Boxing Champions official website right now. No press release, nothing up here about and as soon as you click news, nothing up here about Errol Spence Jr. fighting. Nope, nothing.
I only
None.
Nothing
heard
about
one.
this.
I only heard one source, and then everybody runs with that one source. So
Your whole voice changed, Scotty. What the hell?
No, that's pop. That's
I'm
pop
fucking
on,
with
on
you.
that.
What's up,
what's good,
Pop?
Mark? Man,
What's popping, my G? What up, though?
ain't much. I mean, I only heard it from one source too. I ain't seen nothing else. You would think that would be something huge. That would make mainstream media that Earl Spence is back and fighting, not just from a YouTuber. a blogger.
People have to separate. You know, they should have got a good whiff of how this mainstream media, you know, just dropping little carrots out there for people to grab hold and goddamn chew on and find out that shit ain't what it thought to be. You know what I'm saying? Just because you put chocolate on a carrot don't mean that shit's gonna taste good.
Word
But
up.
you know, just like you just mentioned, Deontay Wilder situation, they knew he was on arbitration, but Eddie Hearn's up here talking about Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua agreed on undisputed, and then they have signed. They have signed for undisputed. This, that, and the other. All along, arbitration is taking place. You know what I'm saying? So the dangling of the carrot always happens with these fights, and it's nothing out there for a venue for Errol Spence. You know why? Because they're trying to see if he's gonna make it through camp. They're gonna see if his eye hold up. They're not sure his eye is gonna hold up in camp. That's
And
why
they
they
said
ain't
it's
trying to
already in
promo the
Cowboy
shit out of
Stadium.
it.
They already got the venue. They know the
Look,
date.
they may reserve the venue, but they ain't doing no promo and shit. They ain't gave us PPV prices. They ain't
Nope.
start the press tour yet. None of that.
Ain't sold no tickets. That's the biggest
Ain't
thing. They ain't
sold no tickets.
not one ticket.
Isn't that kind of like I thought you like kind of like you know you get the fans time to recoup their bread. Ain't that kind of gonna be close together with the Charlo fight and then the Earl Spence fight? And they're gonna be like close
So
if that is the date.
they don't care about that shit. They trying to get their money back from COVID and these big ass paydays, man. In my opinion, when I was talking to Mike Williams Sr. last night, that's what he gave me. He said, man, they're gonna do what they want to do, and you're gonna grin and bear it, and you're gonna buy it. You're gonna bite the bullet and pay for it. And he said they just do what they want to do. And I believe he's 1,000,000% right. He gave me the open hand slap every time he was breaking my heart. He's like, man, y'all ain't gonna boycott shit. Y'all gonna still buy the fight.
No, they ain't gonna boycott, but they need to get their pockets and wallets ready for 22 because PBC putting on a lot of PPVs. So you have to choose on who you want to watch because they're
I ain't
trying to
watching them
recoup that
shits.
money over there. So it's gonna be a lot of PPVs lined up for PBC.
Yo, the
It
last
look like
one I
they
bought
doing
that was worth it was Wilder Fury 2. The last $80 they getting from me.
Yeah, it did. It did 1.2, didn't it?
You know what I'm saying? And so
It did
I ain't
1.2.
I'm not about to keep. I'm not giving you $74 for Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios, two guys who just got their ass
Yeah,
whooped.
you is. Yeah, you is, shout.
No, I'm not. I'll talk about it the next day. It's on YouTube. An hour later,
Everybody gonna.
why would I buy
Yeah, you're right. It's gonna be so many people down looking at that fight.
it?
Hey Scotty, I got that. It says it said it did 800 to 850.
That's pretty good.
That,
Yeah.
And this
from what
day and this time and era, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I
but
know it was up there.
that
It did pretty decent
that was
numbers.
a big jump though, because the first one did 325. So people wanted to see that second one more. So they thought I think part three was estimated to
To be in
do
a million.
to break 1,000,000.
Yeah.
But I believe Wilder, and this is just my opinion, y'all know I fuck with Wilder heavy. But him not talking in that press conference definitely hurt the pay-per-view buys. That's my opinion. People were expecting him to be doing more talking. Fury came out there with a shirt off and his head to the first of all, he had a shirt off. Then they end up putting the blazer on him. He had the blazer looking like Fruity Pebbles,
Word.
the colorful WBC blazer. And they had 12 minutes face off. It was like 12 minutes they just stood there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he just stood there.
I
Yeah,
kind of,
Wilder had the
I
headphones
kind of disagree, Mark. I kind of disagree because the first fight, it was this all out press, all out press annihilation. Like it was mayhem. Just they did a full press tour. It was so much energy used. So when it came down to, man, it came down to the second one. I don't know, man. Like,
I
The
think a
second
whole
one did
lot.
good. The second one did real good, almost 1,000,000 buys. But the third one dropped down. The third one, and I think the third one dropped down because some people either thought they already knew Fury's gonna win. I heard people saying I'm picking Fury, I ain't buying it. Some people was like, yo, Wilder, I'm not buying it because I didn't like the quote unquote excuses. Some people didn't buy it because of the pandemic, but it did drop down. But
I think
as a whole, though, that trilogy was wildly successful.
I think it was the court shit, and then people, because everybody had money during the motherfucking pandemic, and you couldn't go nowhere.
Nah, I can't say everybody, bro. I know some people that lost a lot of things, family members included, paid for funerals. Me being one of them, I lost a lot of people in the in for 2020 and 22, and it costs money for them funerals.
Yeah,
You
hey,
know,
bro,
niggas don't be
my
having insurance like they
family
should.
own a funeral home. I know about all everything in there. All that shit costs.
Right, yeah, man. These folks don't be having insurance, cuz, you know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
they
So,
don't. They don't. But
What we
I,
talking about funerals for, man? What we talking about funerals?
no,
We need
no,
to get
I'm
right,
back
just
so
on
he
saying.
was
topic.
I
saying,
just know in New
yeah,
York.
my bad. He
I
was
just
saying
know in
during
New
the
York. You know what I'm
pandemic,
saying? I seen
he
some
just
of
said during the,
the poorest people just buying the dumbest shit, and I got a few people to buy some fights. I was like,
So them stimmy, the
yes,
stimmy
that's
was
what
out
I'm
there,
saying.
dog. The
That's what I'm
stimmy.
saying. So I just think, okay, I ain't gonna shit. I just think that it was a whole lot of, I think, the court shit, and the decafs not knowing, well, what the hell going on? What's taking so long? Wasn't the fight supposed to be here, then there? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's supposed to be in the summertime, then it's supposed to be like in the wintertime, then it's supposed to be in the summertime again. And he now fighting them is racist. He said the N-word, too
Who
many
said the N
excuses.
word?
When Tyson Fury's
He was singing a song. You
yeah,
talking
he
about
was saying,
singing a
but
song?
they running with, man, just after a while you'll lose the
That ain't have
decaf,
shit to
because true
do
boxing
with the
fans stay.
motherfucking when they touch gloves and shit. They ain't have nothing to do with nothing.
But I'm just saying that lose the decaf. But like
Yeah.
with the true boxing fans, we know. But when you start just talking dumb shit, you lose the decaf. You lose the dumb casual ass fan who usually pays for the shit.
I look at Deontay not talking, man. It was gonna go down regardless. That fight had so much build up to the backstory. If they would have damn did a press tour like they did the first fight, you know what I'm saying? It just
Yeah,
would
it'd
have
been
been
crazy. That would have
like
been crazy.
they reserved so much money. Like they was very stingy with the promo for the rematch. Like they was very stingy with the shit.
is it
So
because the fighters demanded such high purses for the trilogy? So
I
they
can't
got the
say just
promo.
because they demanded high purses because
Think about it. We can take
that
that
might
out.
have bled over. That might be one of the reasons. I don't know, but I'm just saying like they
Those
did not
tours
give
was like
them.
concerts, Scotty. Look, you seen them like big stages. They had opening acts, all those fans there.
You talking
Like,
about the first one?
I'm just saying in general, when they do these press tours, they're usually
Yeah.
mega events. It's like a concert. These shits probably cost a quarter million on the low end just to put together
Well,
with
there wasn't.
the staff, the lights, the security, everything that's going on. These are big events. It ain't like they just
Yeah,
doing
but
it like they won't doing their shit like at the Tabernacle. Like where were we at when we did the Tank versus Barrios way in? Was
that
that
was a tabernacle, wasn't it?
Tabernacle? Decent event size space, but it ain't like what they was doing. Like they were in big spaces. It looked like.
They was in what was it? They was in Vegas or LA?
I thought they went. I thought they went to a couple places.
They was at the Staples Center and then they was in Vegas twice.
Okay.
Man, that costs money to put on. I figured they figured this fight gonna sell because I kept telling I ain't gonna lie, I was for certain this fight was gonna sell itself with the accusations, Wilder changing his team, but also the story for the promo clip ran it, you know what I mean? It wrote itself. Okay, I dropped them twice in the first fight.
Yeah.
He got up, then the second fight, I get dropped, my corner stop it. I still went out on my feet. So I feel like I never really it's a lot of questions still there, and the fans went with it. So I was like, yo, you can just show the replays of the knockdowns, and people will buy these fights, buy
Yeah,
that fight.
that's why it didn't matter. Like I was saying earlier, that Wilder didn't speak at the press conference. It didn't matter because it was so
I
much
disagree.
material. It
I
was so much material
disagree.
from the first two
But the
fights.
extra boost, man, the extra, if they sold
No, they
600,
didn't need any, man. It was just
obviously
you
they
thought somebody
did.
was
It
gonna
didn't
get
do.
killed in that motherfucker.
Well, look, obviously they did because the event sold less than the second. The trilogy sold less than the second. And here's another example.
Because it was
I
post
was
pandemic.
Yeah, but that rolling, other people look that People still came out though. That venue was
They
packed.
did, but it was still coming off the pandemic though.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it was empty seats, and it cost more to go there. And they
True.
couldn't. They didn't have a seat at the damn hot dog stand in that building properly. You know what I'm saying?
I think there was a lot of UK fans there too.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
absolutely.
I think
Or
they needed
just
an all access. That's just me.
they did one of those though.
They did the PBC joint. They didn't do the Showtime all access.
Because once again, the high purses, and they might want to save some money or whatever.
But look, this is what I want to say. Like that Rolly and Tank fight, I didn't really want to see that Rolly and Tank fight. But after seeing the press conference, I told everybody on live that night, I said, I'm buying this shit tonight. Oh man, if I could buy it tonight, I'm gonna buy it just because Rolly came out there with the fur on or whatever that was, raccoon fur or squirrel meat, whatever
Squirrel
he
meat,
had.
whatever. And
Yeah,
Martin
whatever
Nash,
that,
could you imagine Rolly on all access 2 to 3 episodes?
I would, bro.
No, I
I
wouldn't want to see that
Shit.
really.
Nah, man, Rolly's entertainment, even though, and you
He's the
just want
worst trash talker in boxing.
He just
but
talking
look,
though, and people just gonna be like, "Yo, this dude is stupid." I mean,
yo,
come on, man. Beetlejuice got a following. Like, come on, Rolly.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Compare it to Beetlejuice. Yeah, okay. Rolly got a following. Yeah.
we won't come back, but it's not what Rolly did, it's what he brought out of Tank. He was getting on Tank's nerves. That's the most I ever heard Tank really talk at the press conference. Yeah, he'll usually
Tank
be
was
so
like, you can
subdued.
see he was upset. He was ready to really. If they'd have been like, put the gloves on now, I think he'd have went over there and beat. Fuck the glove. I think he would have mauled him, picked him up, scoop, slam, everything.
But
Like, go ahead.
but that attitude can make you run into a shot because you're so angry and you're so
damn sure
you
can. You right
you
about
can
that
gas
too.
yourself out. So I thought it was a perfect storm, or it was but I heard him saying stuff. Tank was like, man, it's 80 degrees out. This nigga wearing the fur. I was like, oh, he's bringing his personality out. He's cracking jokes. He's like,
Word.
you know where we from. You know what we do.
You
How
know
we
do.
you know,
If it was
yeah,
beef,
yeah,
this wouldn't
yeah,
even be his whole team be done.
yeah, shit like that. I was like, oh, he talking that shit. Like,
Yeah,
man,
he talking that
we would've
gangster like
whacked y'all
Baltimore
niggas.
shit.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, he's bringing something out of Tank, but is that gonna fuck with Tank's almost like Sugar Ray versus Roberta Duran? We know who's the better boxer, who was supposed to win, who was supposed to win the first fight, but he got under his skin and made him throw the game plan away. That can happen, especially with a young fighter. So I was interested in seeing it after the press conference, Scotty. So that's what I'm telling you. Those press conferences can help sell a fight. The Caleb Plant Canelo, man, once they start pushing and shoving and Canelo split his shit with the glasses, I was like, I'm buying this fight.
Everybody buying it. Yeah, that was different though.
And Canelo gave him a quick 3-piece open hand.
I told people Canelo was dressed for the occasion.
Shit.
Canelo dressed like a G. He came in there with slacks and a short sleeve shirt on. He was dressed to throw hands, dog.
Hey yo, that's that old man. Yeah, I'm dressed, but don't run up on me, shit. Scotty, you know about that.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that.
Hey, look, man, my pops used to wear that shit. I used to always be like, why you got
ain't your pops?
Huh?
Ain't your pops?
No, I'm just saying, bro. Like, once you get older, man,
I know I'm old now. You have people on YouTube putting you in the old category.
Oh man, listen, I'm in the old category too, man.
I'm old. Fuck it.
How old are you, man?
Oh, I'm 40. I'll be 41 this. I'll be 41
man,
this month.
You ain't old, dog. You good.
Man,
you got a whole decade.
Man,
you have a whole decade before you start feeling it.
Hey, I'm not talking about feeling it. I'm talking about what they calling us. They said if you're born in the 90s, you old now.
I mean, that's not true, but it's
I don't even feel that bad. I just look at everybody born in the 90s. They thought that shit was funny last year, right? Now look at them. Everybody born in the 90s.
I heard Kurt passed away,
Yeah,
Kurt, man. I never really had no conversations with the dude. I had one conversation. I choose not to speak on it because I don't want people, coming over here because of what I said. But I only had one conversation with him.
I had several with him, and he was always the most respectful dude. Like, he used to pull up on my show, talk to me about he'll pull up on our boxing talk, give us some history. He reminded me of blood boxing where he were I called they was like Rain Man with the shit. Like they can remember a fighter what he ate for breakfast that day. They remember the corner man. They remember the
Yeah,
cut
he
man.
knew his
Like,
shit now.
but he was like that with hip hop too. He had a crazy memory. So God bless him, man, and God bless his family. I'm still looking for D Hodges too, because
I used
somebody
to.
he told me he was very I've heard the worst about him too. Somebody told me he had passed away. Then somebody else
Who,
told
D
me,
Hodges?
yeah, because we've been looking for him, bro, for a couple months
Yeah,
now.
he ain't been on in a minute, man. You right.
Somebody
Mhm.
told me he passed away last month. Somebody told me that I've been calling him, but the phone is still on. The last time I called like 2 weeks ago, 2 3 weeks ago. The phone was still on, but it went straight to voicemail. And I
Damn.
heard his voice, and it's his name on the. He says his government name on the thing. I ain't gonna say his name on the government name, but then somebody else told me he was sick. Then somebody else said no, he in jail for child support type shit. Like, man, I don't heard some of everything, and I was like, well, damn, man. But I've been reaching out to him, and I've been telling anybody on YouTube, if you know where he at, tell him I'm looking for him, man, because like that's crazy, man. We got a crazy community out here, and you don't want to wish bad death on nobody. I wouldn't, cause you ain't no
Yeah,
coming back.
yeah, true. With Kurt, man, it was somebody else's channel I was on at the time when, he was going in on somebody else. He wasn't going in on me. Like I was
Good, C
just,
Wood.
I was just part of the conversation because I was on the panel, But he was talking to somebody that was in the chat. And that's the first time I actually heard him light somebody up. You know what I'm saying? But as far
Oh
as his
yeah.
boxing, his depth of boxing knowledge and stuff like that, you look at people like that, right? And you think about how much knowledge that he had over the years and experience. Now, he's passed away. All that knowledge went with him, but yet he saw him in the YouTube community because he was on these channels and everything. So it wasn't all for naught. He did, lead the seeds out here for people. I know they learned something. You know what I'm
He
saying?
left
I
a
know they
lot, man.
learned something.
I watched the like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like if I would catch Homeboy show, sometimes I would like fast like before like when he was like on the show all the time, I would like fast forward to when he jump on because you know what I'm saying, he would always be like if I see somebody that got a show, as soon as somebody else come on, you defer to him. It made me think like, all right, that's a real knowledgeable dude. You just deferred your whole show to him.
Yeah, I mean, he had a plethora of knowledge when it came to boxing, music, and a lot of other things. He'd been living a long time. He just,
Mm-hmm.
didn't have the best of health. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I mean, people dying early these days, man.
That's a fact too. So the fact that he was able to accumulate a lot knowledge and self and you know what I'm saying?
That's just like the cat. I showed him how to set up his damn stream yard. Roger or Robert, the light skinned dude used to be on here fucked up, you know. Um, Mark remember him. The one that used to wear the cartoon character stuff that be on people's chat, but he had a drug problem though. He ended up passing away.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You sometimes you see people on these YouTube things, man, and you just never know what they got going on in their personal life with their personal health and wellness. And yeah, man, that's why I try to be a live and let live type person. Yeah, I get my jokes off. We crack jokes, but at the end of the day, man, if you watch any of my episodes, like we started off and we end every episode, with a motivational quote, and something to inspire you. Because at the end of the day, life is too short, and life is long when you're doing something you don't want to do, or if you are in pain. Like if
Yeah,
you're in pain or like shoot, this last week or two went by real shoot, this last year went by fast for me. But if I was sitting in jail, this would have been the longest year ever. You get what I'm saying?
definitely.
So yeah, man, I just think it's important, man, that we understand the difference between YouTube and real life, boxing and just a boxing conversation. Because none of you guys in the chat, none of us on the panel got to take those punches. None of us get a check from the fight unless we are working the event or unless we have
Nah.
channels that are monetized, or you selling content, or you bet on the fight. You get what I'm saying? But let the fighters fight, fans be fans. Um, I got a good question for you, Scott, if you don't mind. I was asking Mike yesterday, Mike Senior. I was asking him about, do you feel like fans complain too much about corruption, racism, and economics, or do we, or are the fans' points valid? What do you think, World Combat?
I mean, we the consumer. So since we the consumer, our complaints shouldn't be on deaf ears. We the ones supporting these fighters. Whether we get respect from doing it, that's a whole nother deal. But yeah, they should complain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because at the end of the day, we want to see the best fight the best. And when we continue to go to a whole full calendar year and we're seeing mediocre fight cards, and even though you're not, fans are not enrolled, so to speak, in boxing to the point where it's like college and we have a curriculum or whatever, we still participate in supporting the sport and supporting the fighters. And yeah, we should complain. It is racism in boxing. It's all of that. It's been that way, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. So if the fans have something to complain about, like some of these very bland fight cards, yeah, it should warrant criticism. But every now and then they'll throw us about two bones, and then we'll be happy, and then they go back to mediocre ass cars. It's gonna be a tough look. I'm gonna tell you right now, 2022 is gonna be a tough year, bro, because PBC putting on all these PPVs. I mean, it's just not gonna be people that's willing to pay for it. They're just gonna be crack streaming it, man. You got the UFC shit, you got Top Rank, you got PBC. Man, it's gonna be a lot of complaining
So
this year in 2022. A lot.
yo, somebody put I ain't gonna say his name on, but when I seen the thing, I was like, yo, that's clever as hell. It had like for like monthly
Yeah,
subscription.
Mitch. Rob Quantum. Yep. I'm listening,
It
bro.
had monthly description, monthly subscription. And Top Rank $6.99, had the Zone at like $15.99, then had PBC $74.99. Like if you think about it that way, watch a
$74.99
fight.
for what? PPV or just Showtime?
I mean, he was being funny, but he was saying like if you want to see a good fight in the PBC, it's gonna be on pay-per-view. So
Let me
Well,
let me
well, top
interject right
top
there.
rank is gonna be on PPV too.
Yeah,
It's gonna
top
be
rank.
much higher.
Yeah, top rank was on pay per view. Crawford and Porter was $79.99. I
Correct. That's
bought
just
two of
the
them.
app.
One,
it
Yep.
was. We did pay
yeah.
for it too.
So yeah, that's just the app. Just like the Showtime app is only $10.99, and you got a
Yep.
good fight on Showtime app. You got an undisputed match on that. You got Charlo versus Castanio. The
Yeah.
guy you talking about though, I ain't gonna say his name neither, but he
Yeah,
has a bias, and that was done by design. That's the way
definitely.
you frame it. Yeah, you frame it a certain way. So
Yeah.
be careful when you repeat those talking points from the other people, because they have a bone to pick with certain people.
Yeah.
Fair,
Oh,
respectful.
yo, Mar, I definitely know. I'm
I
just
don't know
saying,
why y'all speaking cryptic.
huh?
Oh,
I don't
cause
know
I
why
Like,
y'all
don't
it's
do
on our
speaking cryptic.
platform.
I don't do shout
We
outs.
just
I
can't
don't do
say
shout
like
outs,
who
man.
that dude is on your platform. We ain't about to give
Yeah,
him
and
no
I don't do
begging
shout outs.
unless you
That's
let
me.
it go.
No, I'm just fucking with you, man. Go ahead. C
Word.
Wood was good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I shout
I
you
get
out,
what
I
you're
fuck
saying.
with you.
People
But if
have
I'm a
to
friend,
understand the app price are different than the PPV. You can get apps and watch fights, but when it comes to PPV, that's just what it is. You still gotta pay.
You still gotta pay for that shit. That's all fact.
Scott, let me ask you this too. Since you gave me your other take on it. Two part. Well, shoot, this is a two-part question. One, well, actually, one is, do you think Triller can put on some good fights? So if boxing fans said, "Fuck Triller, we ain't watching it." Also, do you think it's a lane right now for HBO boxing to get HBO to get back into boxing competitively right now? At least putting stuff on the apps and stuff.
Well,
'Cause
Triller, they
according to
have
them,
deep,
that's why they got out of it, because of the apps like the Zone and ESPN Plus. But I'm like, shit, Showtime got an app and they still do boxing.
and I heard HBO may be returning.
I did too. Excuse me. I did too. I
I
heard
heard
that.
HBO may be returning, and it's gonna be on a different leadership. But you didn't hear it from me. For Triller, Triller is on that type of, out the box type of combat. That's why you see Triller doing, they're basically putting on boxing matches and triad combat with different rules. It'll allow the fighters to box, but also they can clinch and hit behind. So they can clinch you behind the head and hit you with their free hand. You cannot do that in boxing. That's illegal. So therefore, Triller, people are not really taking it too serious because they're just switching up the format a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like we seen Evander Holyfield go out there and get destroyed by Vito Belfort. That was a legitimate boxing match, right? I mean, it was what it was. What it was. It
It
was a
was what it
legitimate boxing
was.
match, right?
I mean, yeah, it was replacement shit, but yeah, it was what it was. And they got paid. You know what? When it comes to Triller, I think they could if they had the right people promoting the fight. Like
It's no way they can do it with the setup. Like Triller Foundation is the music industry,
it
so they're
is. Like
bleeding.
yeah, it is.
They're
You're right.
bleeding over into boxing. So when you go to their fights, they have music showcases at the fights.
They
You
like
know what I'm
that's the
saying?
only reason I say like it like, because when they had like when they had, who they had the time, I was like, this is a fucking concert.
Dola, oh, you talking about in the A or where?
Um,
In the A, they had Ice Cube, the whole crew, the West Side, the new
the
name
West
that they
Side
have.
Connection. I'm
I
talking
think
about
they
when
have a
I
new
think they had
name.
like
A new
who they
name.
had? They had Yo Gotti. No, not Yo Gotti. They had damn, I forgot
They had
homeboy
Dola
shit.
Cat, Justin Bieber.
See like that's what I'm saying. Like if you can knock out shit like that and still have like
but see the way they got it set
notable
up, Pop.
names.
They can't set up the entire, like they did that in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and there's no way that the entire setup of how they have the scalpels and everything that you can watch the fight on both sides. You
So,
can't do it.
hey Scott, when it comes to that, I will defer to you because you have been to more fights than me, and when it comes to the structure and all that shit, I will defer to you. I'm just saying, from sitting at home and watching this shit, it do seem like they could, because sometimes a fight card gets stale, and when you there with females and they be sitting there, they until the main fight come, they be like bored as fuck. But if you got like NBA Young Boy or what's the dude said damn, he made that song I can't remember the damn nigga.
One thing about Triller, it does not discriminate with his artists. It doesn't
No, it
matter.
don't.
He'll add black,
Yeah,
white.
yeah.
It don't matter. He'll have hip hop artists because Snoop Dogg has
See,
stock in Triller.
that's what I'm saying. Like if Snoop's there, like in between, like if Snoop got the mic and you got Homeboy with the voice, maybe you go see Oscar drunk ass, shit like that, because you got to keep the casuals entertained.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I was entertained when Oscar came and that motherfucked up. I was like,
I was
wow.
entertained.
I wish I could have had this Oscar while he was fighting.
Oh my
That
god,
motherfucker was
he
funny as
did. He
hell.
just didn't talk. They wouldn't let him talk. I seen it. I
Yeah,
seen
he
the
was
documentary on
funny
his
as
ass.
hell, dog.
He was fucked up. They wouldn't let him talk.
Yeah, he was. No, they let him fight. They wanted Oscar to talk at Mercedes Benz.
No,
They
you
wanted
said
them to
you
be
said
off
when
the
he was.
chain.
You said you wanted this Oscar when he was fighting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was drunk. He was coked up, but they didn't let him talk. They knew when he was coked up
You talking about doing his career?
during his career.
Oh,
He
because they
admitted
didn't give
to
a
it.
fuck about him being coked up in ATL. They said, "Hey,
Oh
have
yeah.
at it, goddamn it. We want
Mhm.
you to just let loose." He did.
You know what I'm saying? But like when he was under Bob and coming up and he was the golden boy and all the girls loved him, they couldn't say that, he was out here cheating and fornicating and smoking weed, sniffing coke, and drinking and shit. They couldn't say that. He was a golden boy. The image had to be, hell, he was the money.
Yeah,
They couldn't
I
say,
like Triller. I like how they switching up the combat. Um, the whole format of how they running the combat game.
I think they
It's
could
just
put on
gonna
a good
get people
fight.
used to. It's just going to get people used to seeing how they do things. Outside of what they used to. They used to seeing traditional boxing matches. But with Triller, none of the shit they do is traditional. The ring might be a little bit smaller. Then the fighters that you have on there might be fighters
Past their
that's not
prime.
your top of the line fighters. It might be some veterans that's on
Yeah.
the card.
Some guys
You
are
know what I'm
past their
saying?
prime. They still got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, you can get that, but it's like when you talking about it, it's like a lot like and they shit didn't cost too much. Like I got my homegirl to get the shit. She was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I got it. I thought it was gonna be like $60, $70, $80, some shit. Cause I got it to get the when Carissa Shields did the whole female card. I don't think that was on Triller, but it wasn't that much. You know what I'm saying? But but just because that was all females, she was with it. But then when she bought it, she was a little upset because the shit wasn't as impactful. But when we bought the Triller shit, no knockouts, bro. Like my homegirl from Brooklyn, she seen boxing. You know what I'm saying? She knows. She was just looking like she like everybody here is a fucking boxer. Where's the knockout artist at? I almost fell off the couch.
I'll put it to you this way: with the females, I truly believe, like it's a boxer coming on the scene all the time. Um, I think it's going to be some up and coming fighters that's going to be entertaining. We just can't reproduce the Ann Wolves. You know what I'm saying? The Ann
Yeah,
Wolf. We
yeah.
can't reproduce those. The Layla Lees. What was the other girl that had pretty good power? Um,
That's
damn,
true.
Frazier's daughter.
And that's only three. It's only like maybe five that you can remember
Yeah, them
of
girls used to
Walk to the
bang it
Phone
out,
Down.
man.
It's
Them
only
girls
like
used to bang it
five.
out.
So and with the shit that's going, like, to me, I like Clarissa Shields. Can she fight? Yes. What is the big knock on her is what we said about boxers throughout time. Floyd, Shakur, Devin. You couldn't say that about Sugar Ray because he knocked people out. But at a certain point, they was just like, oh, it's not exciting. There's no knockouts. He's too defensive. Like she's in there thumping and beating people up, but you ain't knocking nobody out. People want to see knockouts.
Well, you can want to see that all night long, but Carissa just isn't that fighter. She
Yeah,
doesn't
she's
have
not that
knockout
fighter.
power,
She's not that fighter. So when
and
you
she's not growing into her grown woman strength either to get power all of a sudden. I'm just saying she's already 27. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna grow into her grown woman power all of a sudden and start to have this power. I mean, it's not gonna happen. So I
so
don't know,
you've
man.
seen it
And
in
she's never
person.
gonna be able to face a female with decent power in Amanda Serrano, too low of a weight class. You know,
You
Cecilia
seen
Brock has never wanted to face
Captain
Carissa
Chaos
Shields.
and
She knows she would have got that ass beat.
so okay. What weight class does she fight at?
Who?
168, 160.
Yeah. She's been 168, 160. I think her next fight is at 160, right? I think it's at 160. But
You smoke on
I
bro.
think sooner or later she's gonna want to go for a fourth division.
So what division? So okay, you seen her in person. What do you think where do you think she's best suited at to fight? At what weight class?
I think her 160 or 68, those divisions would suit her. Why? Because she does have um body mass, like she does have weight to her.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't no skinny female.
No,
She
I seen
has
her. I
she
seen her.
has hips, she has legs. She ain't no skinny person in life. So
Like
and
when
you
you
got to
talk
think
about
about
women,
it.
like you're not being sexist. You got to say that shit. Like she
Yeah.
has hips, she has legs, she has calves, she has thighs. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit weighs out. Like you got to lose all of that, baby. You have
You
to
have
be a
to think
dude. Like
about this too. She fought heavier in the Olympics, from my
mm-hmm.
understanding. So
She did.
Carissa, in between fights, she get, she doesn't get overweight, but I'm just saying it'll be tough for her to drop down to 47. It'll be tough, man. That'll be a
Definitely.
hard weight cut.
Definitely. Like
But the only
we
thing
start
about
talking
what
about
she,
women fighters, man. Like, yeah, they fighters, they're women, they're professional, but some of them they got boyfriends and they like, you know what I'm saying? If you got a boyfriend like a dude like dudes, I know, like, yo, you too skinny. Like, you ain't fighting to win. Like, you didn't get your weight back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dudes be like, yo, like, certain dudes be like, yo, you too skinny. What happened to you? Like, where your butt at? You know what I'm saying? Dudes be acting like that sometimes. Like, so dropping down to 147, if your natural fight is 160, 168, that's a big drop. Yeah, I wouldn't drop that.
but it might be something for her to sacrifice to see can she, you know she's gonna rehydrate up pretty nice. So if she
Yeah.
want another division, if she really want to, team to build on her, it'll be good to go down there and try to get another strap. Like, could she
147.
go down there to 47?
That's a lot of weight.
Hell yeah, that's a lot of weight, but it can be
That's a
done.
lot of weight.
It can be
Yo,
done.
Mark Nash, that shit said in a long time ago. Anyway, that's a lot of weight to go down there and fight. Maybe for the bag or the legacy, but that's a lot of weight to drop if you a natural 160, 168.
I'm curious to know what her new promotion, her new signing, what fight she has in store. Will it be against some bigger names? Because right away, Amanda Serrano signed with MVP, and her and Katie Taylor is headlining.
Well, I mean, if you're a blogger, if you underground media, your media, whichever one you are, you seen the phone call with Floyd. You seen her talking about she watched Floyd spar. You seen, the
Who is
pictures and all
she?
that. So
Who is she?
Carissa Shields, you haven't seen it?
Okay.
So she's been with Floyd. Floyd made a cry on the phone by just acknowledging her.
I mean,
So
how far does it go? How far does it extend outside of a
that's
phone
another
call?
thing too. Like,
What
that's
what did
something
she
that I
even go
always
there
thought.
for? What did she even go there for?
First it was a phone call, and he was giving her praise on the phone call. She had him on speaker. So I guess maybe after that, there was, maybe there was another phone call, and like, maybe come over here to the Mayweather, fly here to the gym, and we can talk. And then I guess so. When they flew her out there, when you want to, woo somebody, you bring out the big gun. Floyd's the big fucking gun. So they brought her out there to watch Floyd spar. And, she was like, she put the tweets out, and, this was different, this blah, 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 blah. And then it's like they got pictures together. So I always thought that Floyd should have always scooped her up anyway, because she's a boxer. You
If
know,
Floyd wanted to scoop up Carissa Shield, he had
could
plenty
have
of
been
times to
done it.
do it, dog.
He could have been done. I always said that, but to me, it was just like, I don't know why. I mean, World Combat, man. You don't know. You know, I don't know. Maybe they get money and they catch on this shit later, but I said he should have been scooped her. She's from Michigan. You're from Michigan. Like, let's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Crump Jim never went and grabbed it, so it was always open for you to do it. I guess he wanted to see, let her do her own thing. See,
Why? I mean, why? Because
hey,
hey, look, he been knowing she been from Michigan forever and a day. I
I
mean, come
don't
on,
know,
she's been in the
man.
sport. She's
Hey,
been in
you
the
know
sport
what?
long enough for him to know who she is.
You know what? Maybe I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. Maybe he looked at his boy
Who is his boy, man?
Al Heyman. He probably looked at his boy and said, "You just let Jay Prince sign everybody from your damn home state. When you gonna sign? You know what? This shit ain't about to happen to me. Fuck this shit. Cause bro, like, I'm gonna tell you something. I had to stop letting my son watch it because he started to learn how to turn his punches over. He's only 5. When I'm getting calls from school, like, my son has sent like 2 or 3 kids to the damn nurse's office. But I used to I would when I'm like, yo, I'm tired of you jumping around. So I make him get in the bed, and I'll type in Floyd Mayweather fights in a row, just like that. Over 40 fights pop up, and they start from some of them start from the amateurs, and they go from his first fight all the way up. And my girl was like, "Well, how the hell he know what the?" I like, shit, I can't let him watch that no more. He turned his damn punches over too damn good at 5. But if you Floyd did a lot of fights in Michigan, Mississippi, he did the Chitlin circuit like a motherfucker. I seen one fight where Ed Lover was the damn announcer. Think about that.
Yeah, that was crazy. Ed Lover was hot back in
Ed
the day.
Lover
Too.
was the
He was
announcer.
buzzing in the streets back in the day, man.
That's what I'm just saying, I just took it back on you real quick, World Combat. I said, I watched, I looked at it, I said, Ed Lover was the announcer for a Floyd Mayweather fight. Where the hell was this fight at? And then you start looking, when you look at, it'll show you where Floyd was fighting at. Every fight wasn't in Vegas and LA. He played the Chitlin circuit until he became the man. That's why I say, when people say Floyd fucked the game up, no, he did not. These dudes only remember or go and look at money. But Pretty Boy paid his dues to the extreme. Just saying. Fighting in front of crowds that, having Larry Merchant tell him that he won't never gonna be shit. You'll never be Oscar. He's a great talent, but he can't sell out. He can't sell out a venue. I just watch that shit damn, look at this shit now. So, you never know that you're making history when you're doing it, though. That's another thing, too.
That's real. Hey, Pop, I got to bounce, big dog. I've been on here 2 hours already.
Oh, man. Hey, look.
Those of you in the live chat, appreciate you pulling up. Pop, freaking Mark Nash, and that other dude. Make sure you go over there to Mark Nash's next time he have a panel and keep the same temperature that you had tonight. But go over there, Thomas, and check out that panel tomorrow. It's gonna be Friday, so it's gonna be wide open. Go over there, jump in the live chat, and then
he don't want that smoke with Mark Nash.
Get the smoke. Go through the damn gas chamber, dog. Go ahead.
Go on over there. It get rough.
Man, shout out to Mr. TK on deck, man. Team Williams, what's good, man? Appreciate you pulling out. He said, shout out World Combat Sports. Appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for pulling up.
Combat, I appreciate you having me on the show. Let me speak my piece. Y'all, hey man, it don't take nothing to like and subscribe, man. Make sure you damn hit that like button.
Combat, it don't take nothing, man. Even if you got arthritis, it only take a click. Goddamn, the hand that won't straighten out no more. Just turn it over and put your knuckle on that motherfucker and hit the damn like button. That's all you got to do, dog.
That's all you got to do.
But y'all have a good one, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. Salute.